Sup?
Stream is
Sup,
live.
bro?
Sup, broski?
That's what I forgot to open.
What's live?
The stream, brothers. The
Ah.
stream.
Brother?
Yeah, brother.
Listen here, brother.
Listen, I want you to play a wrestler and talk like that the entire time.
I would love to.
Oh yeah, brother.
Oh, this is where I stole my thunder. Done. Can't do it. I can't follow that act.
No, you become her her wrestling sidekick.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You provide her with the chairs a smashing.
Oh, I thought like if she's McFoley, I could be the sock. Or is that too old for you guys?
Yeah, that reference is lost on me.
Really?
He forgot that he's on his way.
Sadly.
Hey,
Hi-ho.
Kerchu.
Hello, everyone.
Justin, do you know who Sacco is with Mick Foley?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Holy
He doesn't know
crap!
About that. He doesn't know about that.
What?
Sports.
Oh.
Hey.
Thank you for the call.
Yep. Alan dear, how do you have a
Hopefully.
text box that's locked selected? Stop it.
How do I have a
Did you
text
guys,
box that...
Are you guys trying to start at 7:30
Oh.
or were you trying to start at 7? Like, how late am I?
2 minutes.
7:30. We always start at the half hour.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Coob, how old are you?
33.
Do you know who Mick Foley is?
Damn.
I have no idea.
God damn, you fucking nerds.
Aren't
Wait,
you the
hold on.
nerd if you know
Hold on.
who this
Wait,
person
hold on.
is that none
Isn't
of us
he
have
an
ever heard?
Eagle? Isn't he an Eagles player?
No, that's Mick
No!
Foley.
Oh, no.
No.
Just... Oh, goodness. No, he's a wrestler, bro.
He is a
Oh.
WWF wrestler.
Yeah, I definitely do not watch wrestling.
WCW
I want you
and
to know-
Never in my
ECW.
I
life.
want
Well,
you to know
actually,
that I have never watched wrestling in my life.
He was
Oh
not WWE.
man.
my dad had this picture of me when I met like some famous wrestler back in the day or whatnot. I guess they took me to some wrestling. That is the only reference for my involvement in wrestling ever in my entire life is this picture that I have no idea who this guy is.
Alright, so those of you that were using the brother reference, do you know who that comes from? Oh my goodness gracious. Or
I'm trying to think of other.
Isn't that Hulk Hogan?
Yes,
No.
it's the Hulk for himself.
Yes.
Mustache man.
I mean, he was in kids'
Uh,
movies when I was a kid.
I thought it was
Therefore, I know who he
Macho
is.
Man.
That's how I know it. That's how I know it.
I thought Macho Man
Yeah, I
was all
feel-
about
I
that.
feel-
Yeah,
like
Macho
you
Man
would
also did the
know-
brother thing.
Hulk Hogan's Hey
But no,
Brother.
They just
like,
broed out.
His is more of the you know. Now you listen here, brother. I'm gonna take this guy over here. I'm gonna bend him in half.
Q, you do not have what you call it open.
What?
Owlbear. You're not an owlbear yet.
What are you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?
I am grabbing something from
Oh,
the basement
yes.
because my wife asked
Better
me
eat
to
your
grab
mom
food
and
from the
say
basement
your
before I started.
That's fine. You just let me know so I can assign your token.
I'll let you know as soon as I'm in.
for it. Yeah.
I was big into. I wouldn't say it's big. Like me being big into wrestling was like PlayStation 2 SmackDown, and watching wrestling right up into like the
What
new
kills
like,
wrestling for me
year
is it's
2000.
fake. It's fake.
You sound
It's all
pretty into
scripted.
it right now, bro.
Well, yeah.
Well,
It's all about all
I'm
the old
reminiscing. You gotta love Hulk Hogan. He's like an American
That is
legend.
that's the only wrestler I like.
No,
That's,
I like the Undertaker.
Yeah, you gotta love
Undertaker-
Undertaker, Kane,
Undertaker has been my favorite.
Stone
for-
Cold. Come on, you gotta love Stone Cold.
Stone Cold was
He's
good.
And
alright.
everyone knows who The Rock is. I mean, everyone knows who The Rock is by default.
Mhm. John Cena.
I've never seen him.
Yeah, who-
I got the lasagna.
Did you get
I've
that
heard of
one?
but I've never seen him.
I've drew my son a portrait of John Cena. Sean, do you still have that?
See these nuts?
All right, so is everybody ready to go? Is Grog ready to go, even if he's fetching stuff?
I'm gonna post a photo of my portrait of John Cena. If my son still has
That's-
it. All right, he
Hulk
can't
Hogan-
You
get
can
there
start
now.
describing whenever. I'm listening and just. trying
Cool.
to.
That's what Bramlin's whole
Oh,
quote
but-
system is about. It's just how like Hulk Hogan's quotes.
Oh, my nipple!
All right.
Is that one of Hulk Hogan's quotes?
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
nipple.
No,
Let's go with yes.
I gave my son got too close to me.
So welcome
Yeah,
everyone to
it's my
session
nipple.
23 of the Hellfire Club. Good to be back.
It
I don't know how
is.
long we
Yes.
took a break for, like a month,
Yay.
2, 3
3 to
weeks,
4
something.
weeks.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
hey, I'm a dad now, so it was a good break.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations to Kid
Congrats.
there, to Grog. He joined the dad
Condolences
club.
for the
There you go.
misses.
Oh.
So Grog, you got
And,
any of them dad jokes now?
No, not off the cuff.
That
Hmm.
was the best
will.
dad joke you could have said.
Agreed. So let's see. Last time, session 22, you all had made your way. You had met up with a gnome named Jeffus, who was from another world, not the same material plane as you. He was with some fairy dragons. He tagged along with you all to Larkoon's workshop, where he was headed with his fairy dragons, looking for some magical artifacts that they required to help him get home. And when you all arrived at Larkoon's workshop, you oh, that was before. So you guys encountered Nimnil and Velkin. You bested Velkin, and then in the ruins of the workshop, I believe Stu informed you all that you needed to search for evidence. There may have been some Larkoon whispers. The air, the vibe of Larkoon's domain shifted following Velkin's defeat. The workshop was no longer in Velkin's domain. Between the evidence gathering, Jeffus, the defeat of Velkin, the death of Nimnil, you guys discovered more and more of the story of what's been going on. I believe you learned that Larkoon's domain had been overtaken and surrounded by Elithris. The workshop, which was once Larkoon's, had become Elithris's. Within Feywild politics, Larkoon was being sought by both courts, the Seelie and Unseelie, to join, and Elithris, who was a rival of Larkoon's as their domains bordered one another's, was seeking to form his own court and start a civil war between the Seelie and Unseelie as he rose to power. The way he has been affecting that has been a crazy Fey plot to turn those with Fey ties or Fey bloodlines on the material plane into goats. Most of those goats getting killed off as they are sold as livestock and food back to major cities across the Sword Coast. That plot was framed or pinned on Larkoon, which led to a diminishing of his power and him falling out of favor with the Feywild courts. As his domain diminished, Elithris was able to take over much of that territory and surround it. He was basically imprisoned or cut off completely, except for being able to communicate through some of his artifacts. That is how he first reached out to the party in Nimnil and sought to bring you all to the Feywild. You were able to find some evidence which seemed to indicate some of that and may prove useful at the Boundary Court. Now that Larkoon's been freed, the courts have been called to come together and decide his fate. And he has basically requested that you all come and, bring the evidence and plead his case. Share the truth, if you will, to the courts, to this judgment. That evidence gathering didn't go as planned. Many things happened. Gad is having some kind of struggle with his lycanthropy and transformations. He does not seem to be himself. He had dropped the pickle and run out. Several of you had sought to comfort him or help him see what was going on. Of the various pieces of evidence collected, most of the things were given to Ellendir. Veto lost another finger, but did manage to open a puzzle box and get, I think it was Larkoon's journal, if I remember correctly. And at the end of that session, you all headed for camp. There was a contract that, despite it being steeped with magic, Hope had handed off to Ellendir rather than attempting to understand what was going on. And that contract, if I'm remembering correctly, Ellendir started to heat up in your bags. Is that what was happening? Maybe even smoke a little bit.
Correct.
And as you pulled it out, it spoke in familiar riddles that sounded like Larcoon, essentially saying, if I remember right, the contract had been with bandits for acquiring people to turn into goats, and was signed by Larcoon. It seemed to implicate or paint guilt on Larcoon for the plot. And it spoke in a riddle in Larcoon's voice and essentially said that you all were due a reward. It was trying to encourage someone to accept the reward. Veto basically accepted the reward. A bracelet materialized around his wrist, and this unholy abomination of a goose showed up in camp.
Don't talk about Goose
It
Friend
was
like that.
It was utterly obnoxious. Veto immediately took a liking to it and named it Goose Willis. And he tried to hug it and befriend it, and it basically incapacitated him over a long back and forth of him trying to hug it into friendship. Veto was resuscitated. The party tried to kill the goose. It had no effect. The goose kept Veto up all night. He got no rest, but everybody else got a long rest. Grog tried to attack the goose and was also injured by the goose. Veto and Grog are currently injured. The party has awakened. Gad was untied at some point, but seems to be behaving himself, even though he still does not seem himself. The
Who
goose
untied him?
is the Farcon. The goose is perched atop Veto's head, where it is in a staring contest with Grog and unflinching,
Grog's winning.
even though it has shit on Veto's head. And that brings
I
us.
will note that Grog
Yes.
chuckles a little bit as he watches the shit dribble down Veto's head, although he is still very
It hasn't dribbled
deeply
yet.
engaged in this staring contest with with this goose.
Did I miss anything important or noteworthy that anybody recalls, given that it's been a bit since we played last?
I know, I feel like we're all about to just sit here and fuck with this goose for the next 3 hours.
Veto thought someone was playing a trick on him, asking him the question. He didn't realize that the scroll itself talked to him about him accepting the whatever. So he answered questioningly, "Yeah."
In
I don't
Veto's
hear
defense, he did
excuses.
answer as a question when he said yes, but the scroll
He said
accepted.
yes.
He said yes.
It just did some voice to text and didn't detect that it was a question.
Word.
But no, I don't think anything got missed. I think that's caught everything up.
All
I
right.
think that's everything.
So Larkun was the good fave. Elithris was the bad fave. Velkin was the bad
What
drow.
Faye is fucking good? There's no goddamn good Faye.
He
yo.
is the lesser of two weevils.
Hope / Kurt really hate the Fae. Really, really hate the Fae.
There's
Yes,
a reason
I
for
do.
that.
There is a reason for that.
Wunderbar.
So the goose
is-
is sitting on Veto's head.
Is that correct? Larkun semi good. Elithris
Yeah, you had it.
semi bad.
Yeah.
Velkin was the drow.
Velkin was the
very
drow
bad.
working for Elithris. The entire goat thing is Elithris's plot. You all know that well. I mean, Gad watched him turn Grog into a goat. Grog is still a goat because of all that. I mean, Larcoon's been helping the party, though, obviously, to help himself, right? But Elithris is the one that trapped you all in the fighting pit, and then the maze. And Velkin was his servant, essentially. So there
And
you
the
go.
evidences that Elendil is in possession of was a contract, which is now a bracelet, and a journal. And was that journal the thing that Elendil decoded?
Did the contract disappear?
Yeah, you said it burned up and turned into a bracelet.
Okay. I didn't remember if the contract disappeared entirely or not.
That was my understanding. You tell me.
Let's see. There's a journal. There is Looking back through
No,
old
I
notes, I
I believe
apologize.
I have the journal. I don't think I passed it off
Yeah.
to anyone.
The
The
contract
journal was
sets
in
a
the
light
puzzle
and
box.
burns away the contract, revealing
Okay.
a large crown of
Yeah. There's
of
it.
thorns scrawled
Thorns.
over and thorns scrawled over. I'm not sure what that means.
Basically,
I mean,
there was
out there, by the way.
a magical deceptive surface layer of the contract that was burnt away.
So not the entire contract. The underlying contract is still there. Just the
Yeah, the
The cover
original
art
Gotcha.
is now there, not the magical fake that
Hmm.
made Larkin look guilty. That's my understanding.
Gotcha. Yes, and I see here. I asked you if the contract is gone. You said no, it's not gone. It's just different.
There's a ledger. You have the ledger in the contract.
Ah, the ledger is what
Veto
I
has the journal from the
deciphered.
puzzle box, and I think somebody grabbed the tube from the debris. Didn't
Yes, I was gonna ask about that. Yeah.
they? Yeah.
the tube is the glue tube, right?
No,
I
no,
have
the
the
glue is
glue.
different.
I believe me and Veto got the.
Got the tube as well. So Veto has the tube as well. Though I don't think he
What
knows
is
he
this
just has a tube. Well, as far as Veto knows, he just has a tube with some glowy liquid in it.
I see. Okay.
So, what's happening, party? You've all awakened from a long rest. Grog attempted to attack the goose. Nothing happened. The goose is on Veto's head.
Where
and it
are
and
we?
Grog are staring at each other. You're in camp. You found a safe place to camp in the Feywild before Stu led you to the Twilight Path to take you to the Boundary Stone Courts.
Stu is going to be munching on the trail mix that Hope gave her.
I'm trying to remember what's in character and out of character knowledge, but did Stu say anything about the pathway ahead to the party? How
Yeah,
was
but
it?
you were hogtied.
I think we talked a little bit about it. Yeah.
We didn't talk too much about it, though. But we do know that it's going to be a challenging path. From what I
Stu had
recall.
warned something like that you all must travel through the Twilight Path. It's a shifting road that'll connect to locations. The Feywild responds to emotion and intent. Stay focused on our destination and don't be distracted by illusions or temptations along the way. I don't. That's a paraphrase because Stu does her own thing with my notes.
She's quite nervous about who is it, Gad being not himself. She doesn't think that that's good for the path ahead.
I'm watching over Gad to make sure that he stays.
Usefulness is not going to be a good part of any of this.
No, he's not.
And then as you're looking at Gad will go ahead and he'll look to the party and say, "Did anyone find the pickle that I dropped earlier?"
Oh, she's gonna. Oh, God.
Veto
Yeah, I
is
believe
concentrating
someone picked it up.
entirely on Goose Willis and not going to
She'll
respond.
glance over at Veto.
All I'll do was simply speak up. I don't have it.
Grog is still staring at the goose.
The goose on Veto's head
Hope has
continues
it
to stare
either,
down Grog.
actually.
Hope does
Gad
not
will
have the pickle.
see
Hope does
Gad will
not
see Stu
have
look
it.
over at Veto there, and we'll turn to Veto and ask directly, "Did you grab the pickle, Veto?"
Veto is still concentrating entirely on Goose Willis and is you're going to have to get closer to him because we were across camp. I took Goose Willis a bit away from everyone, so I don't hear you.
No.
This was not
Grog.
pre-described in the.
Yeah, this was not pre-described.
Oh,
Grog
okay.
is following you as well.
I believe
I
Grog
thought-
has a lady goat friend that wouldn't stay back at the workshop, which is following him, by the way, if I remember correctly.
This is
Grog
correct. I
kicks
do
Lady
remember
Goat
this.
in the face.
Well, I do remember saying to not bring the goats because that would be dangerous
Yeah,
for them.
Grog. If
But
I
the
do
lady
have,
goat wouldn't stop following Grog.
if I have a
Well,
lady
then
goat
that's her
following me, I'm gonna
prerogative.
kick her in the face.
Oh my.
She
No,
dodges the
poor-
kick and attempts to mount you.
I ram her.
Yeah,
Good
you
God,
will.
you're not making it better,
I'm going
bro.
to kill.
God
I'm
damn.
going to kill this goat.
Ram that ass.
You're gonna kill some innocent woman that's trapped in as a goat?
Everyone is just looking upon this
Looking.
this
If
happen
this
right
was
now.
some innocent woman who was a goat, they wouldn't be trying to fucking mount me right now.
Her mind, she has the mind of you. Don't know what she did in her previous life.
As Veto doesn't respond to Gad, Gad will get
No.
closer to try and get his attention.
Grog doesn't like being non-consensual touch. He rams. Nat 20.
Why are you attacking your girlfriend, bro?
For 10. 10 damage.
The goat
Actions have
falls.
consequences.
The goat falls over, incapacitated. You all have just watched Grog attack that poor innocent woman. She is now
Stu
unconscious.
hides her face into Hope's shoulder.
Hope would just stare at Grog and say
Grog
to
goes back to
Grog,
staring at the goose.
"Why was that necessary?"
After, like, stopping. And
You
Grog,
were asked a question.
why was that
Except,
necessary?
well, Grog
Except
can't respond to you.
I can't respond to you.
All right.
He's a goat.
I'm a fucking goat.
You get goat sounded. Cue
She
cue
is
goat sound
going
noise.
She is going to shake her head and just shrug.
Gad will approach within 15 feet of Veto.
So will Fargon.
The goose continues to stare down Grog.
Grog continues to stare down the goose.
With Grog having broken his stare to attack a poor innocent goat woman.
Oh, the goose
Elder
won the
very
staring
pissed off.
contest.
They did.
Grog is very
It's-
pissed off.
Elder will speak up loudly enough for Veto to hear. And Veto, Veto, do you have that damn pickle?
I think so.
Gad needs it.
Veto is concerned now, having to try and figure out how to move without disturbing Goose Willis.
Just tell me where it is and I'll get it.
I think I put it in a pocket.
Gad will approach within 5 feet to get the pickle from his pocket.
I was gonna open his arms out like he's being frisked while he
won't-
maintains his seating position with Goose Willis.
I will try and help deflect any goose attacks on Gad.
The goose
Do I need
continues to stare down Grog.
Do I find the pickle upon searching his pockets?
You roll me a
God damn it.
I start shouting and go at
He's
Gad
Is he like
do
literally
something to the
hiding this
goose.
pickle on?
No, I'm not hiding,
He's
I just-
not moving because he doesn't want to disturb the goat, and Gad's digging in his pocket. So give me
The
a sleight of hand
yeah.
check.
All right, 16.
You find the pickle.
As you
Veto.
find
very, very badly.
Veto
That one. You
sneeze.
find the pickle.
Veto has been trying to hold back a sneeze, but he fails and sneezes direct and launching the goose directly forward to Gad.
The goose flaps its wings as Veto pitches forward and manages to stay perfectly atop his head, and it shits again. More goose crap drips down the back of Veto's head. Gad is now in possession of the pickle again and has control of his curse.
As Gad grips the pickle, he instantly shifts back to Elfman.
All right.
Oh,
Since I just
thank
sneezed, I don't see you change to transform. My eyes are closed.
No, you.
So Goat Gad's not there anymore, and Gad's there. I mean, when you open
I
your
love-
eyes.
Wait, is
I
this
love-
What's going on here?
I love that.
I
It
feel
did
like
work
there was
out well.
definitely one time where he saw it
He
happen.
prepared
Yeah,
a
dude.
sneeze just to fucking. That's hilarious. That is hilarious, Veto. You
All right, so Gad is Elf Gad again.
Yeah.
Well,
Goose
welcome
stays
back
perched
there,
atop
Gad.
the head.
Better
Dad
just
will give a nod to Farcon.
You know you're a pain in the butt when you can't figure out what you are. Just making sure you didn't hurt anyone or hurt yourself. I was on Gad roll, making sure you didn't hurt anybody. So I'm glad you're back. Don't do that again, or I might have to knock you out. It was a pain, but I'm glad you're back. Now can we, go find whatever we need to find?
Yes.
It's starting to freak me out.
Yeah, I'm good if you all are.
You are not good, but
You're right, Kurt.
will-
Only God is good.
All the
we
time.
will continue.
Depends on the god.
That was more OOC than IC.
No.
Are we leaving?
Still same statement.
I yell more and go
Yeah.
to get rid of the goose.
Are we leaving this
Gad
poor
will move to leave.
unconscious goose woman or goat woman in the camp?
Yep.
I mean,
Grog is
I
very,
don't care.
very.
You know what?
interested
Actually,
in this.
no.
Oh
Hope
my
will go over
God.
to her and Hope will heal her because Hope does know that these are still people, so she's not just gonna let her just die.
Grog's not convinced. That's why it was easy for him to do that.
Hope a goat only has like 4 HP, so it's an easy heal.
What do you wait? Hang on. What do you mean, Grog? What do you mean that you don't believe that this is a person when
You
you
can't
are
hear
in
me.
fact the person who shifted
Yeah, but
to a
yeah,
goat?
but see, I have a brain, and I
Apparently
still
not.
have
That's what I'm getting at.
I still have the ability to make conscious decisions, not just instinctually fucking
And
try
they
and
don't.
mount.
Hold on. And they don't.
If she was trying to mount me, it was non-consensual. Okay. None of you can even hear me right now, so I'm just yelling at you in goat.
Is just bleeding and screaming. That's an angry goat.
I'm fucking defending myself. Keep her away from me.
So as that goat is healed, she looks very upset with Grog and will turn around and head back to Larcoon's workshop.
Oh, yeah.
Poor thing.
Poor lady, that poor woman.
That's our next BBEG.
So we're headed out from camp, yes?
Yep, we're
Yep.
headed on the Twilight Path. Let's go.
All right.
Finally.
So, as the party breaks down camp, gathers their things, gathers the evidence, and prepares to leave camp, Stu will bound ahead, her enchanted circlet beginning to glow softly as she surveys the surrounding landscape.
Where are we? I missed that. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
Oh, I
Stu's
don't see.
circlet is glowing
Oh,
as she leads the party.
wait.
And this,
Do you see a
Stu's
bunny
leaving the
in,
party?
Alabama?
No, Stu is.
oh, I need to add the bunny. I'm sorry. You're right.
Thank you.
Who is Stu upon?
Me. Oh. Hope.
Who are you? Who are you riding at this moment?
Hope.
I can't hear.
Oh, so Hope will be in the front with you.
Okay.
That's fine.
She'll,
I will
she'll
be
be
behind Hope.
leading her.
Okay.
Remind me of your HP and AC, Stu.
God.
0. I can pull it up if I need to. It'll just take me a second.
Oh,
13 AC, 15 HP.
Good God. Okay.
She is a bunny.
He's a bunny.
Those goose, they scared me. One shot.
Yeah.
Let's do the bunny. Okay, there we go.
There's Lady
Okay.
Stu now. And let me
Thank
put you in the initiative order as well. Bam. All right. And add you to my copy. Okay. So, yes, as the party gathers their evidence and prepares to leave camp, Stu bounds ahead, her enchanted circlet beginning to glow softly as she surveys the surrounding landscape.
Okay,
Used to.
she will
Okay.
hop off of Hope and look for the But didn't we come across like an actual entrance before we set up for camp?
This is the stuff I sent you, the intro. This is you pick up at the top there.
Okay.
So yes, you did come across this site on your way to camp. You're looking for a specific spot.
We are looking for the path. I mean, I'll lead them. I don't know what. Yes. Okay.
Well, great.
Uh,
You chose the
so-
board for 7
I mean,
months,
what
buddy.
do you want me to just?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's your turn. You're up.
Oh.
Your circlet's glowing. You're surveying the landscape, looking for that spot.
Okay. Well, she will go directly to the spot, which is 2 slender trees that have grown together. Their branches intertwining overhead above an old stump between them. So she'll turn around, I guess, on the stump. Like she'll jump on the stump and say, "This is the Twilight Path," and just sort of smile. Do y'all have any questions?
What can we expect on this path there, Stu?
A lot. I mean, dangerous stuff. A lot of danger.
Well, you said the path can shift. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it changes. Different places have different dangers. But I have the knowledge to get through it.
So, is it our thoughts that cause the changes here?
It could be.
It's very, very vague.
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there.
I'm
You mean
sorry.
if we
I'm
get
more
there.
of like a.
No worries. Gad will.
Vedo's
move
going to be
forward
very
the
concerned
trees.
about
No.
what Gad is doing to his best friend. So he feels
What,
conflicted
talking
because he
out
knows.
loud?
Yeah. She's obviously getting disturbed by your questions, and Vedo feels
No.
hopeless because he can't get close to help out.
I mean, there's a lot, and I think I'm more of a person who, when we get to it, I will explain it. But right now, it just seems like it would be like info dump. I don't know.
Gad will move past into the entryway. Does anything happen with that borscht?
No, Stu is not yet opened the entryway to the Twilight Path.
Got
Nothing
him.
happened.
Oh shit.
I'll pop back.
Okay,
Veda's
okay.
gonna try.
So
Veda's gonna walk through it.
I had jumped around a little bit and missed some explanation, but it's, I mean, you do what you know.
there's so much information. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I know.
Boris just gave her like 10 pages and it's like, all right.
Oh, you have
here
no
you
idea.
go, have
So
fun."
much. So much. She has all my notes
Oh.
for tonight, basically.
Oh, jeepers.
Oh, so that means she has 5 episodes worth of content.
Probably. But there are large blocks labeled stew.
So, I mean, do you want me to describe everything?
Up to you. I think it would make sense, especially given Gad's, asking you questions about it. The parts labeled stew, obviously. There were parts where I was gonna
Yes.
chime in and
okay.
narrate. You kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but I see why that happened. It's
Well, I
fine.
mean, I don't.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, okay. She'll sort of giggle again and say, in the Feywild, or the Twilight Path in the Feywild, only reveals itself to those who know how to call it.
Can
And
you,
then,
Never mind. Please continue.
she'll stand up on the old stump that she's on and close her eyes and say, by root and branch, by leaf and light, open the way through day and night. Reveal the path where few may tread, by Larcoon's grace, our way ahead.
Lady Stuella's circlet begins to glow even brighter, and blue flowers sprouting from the archway's branches seem to respond to it, their own blossoming glow intensifying as the branches of the archway seem to come alive, twisting and contorting to form something akin to a stained glass window above the large gnarled hollow that has opened in the old stump that Stu is standing upon. The space within the hollow shimmers, and what began as dark, empty air fills with a faintly shimmering twilight mist, not quite light or dark, but something in between, swirling with faint motes of light and shifting colors.
It ain't. Okay, we have ground rules. She'll hold up her paws before anybody.
We have what?
We have some ground rules.
Oh, ground rules. Okay, yeah.
Yes. You must stay on the path at all times.
Okay.
If you step off, you're on your own in the Feywild, in the deep Feywild. The path responds to purpose and intent, and do not be distracted by what you see or hear. It is testing you. And
With
then
that, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can continue if you like. I don't have to.
I turn around, shimmy my little tail, and I hop off.
With that, Stu takes a
Well,
deep breath and hops into the old stump's hollow, vanishing into the mist.
Oh, well, fucking A.
I'm
Gad will
following.
step in after her.
Everybody steps through, I assume. Anybody?
Yep.
Ellendir says
Grog's
fucking A.
obviously behind Veto, staring at the
Ellendir's
goose the
Canadian
entire
now.
time.
Marching order is important here, so who goes first? Stu goes first.
I follow Stu, being right next to her.
All right, Gad's right behind.
I'm behind Gad.
Farkon.
Veda's in the
Grog,
back.
Hope, Ellendir, Veto. Veto's in back, okay. Grog.
Oh.
Hope.
No, Veto can't be in back because Grog is behind
Okay.
Veto, staring at the goose.
Oh,
I
okay.
would be.
Ellendir
would
brings
actually
up the
be
rear.
I'll be next to I'll be next to what is her
Farkon?
No. I was next to Stu, because I was up there with her.
All right. And Elendir wants to bring up the rear. All right, there we go. I got a rough order. It's important. So, as each of you steps through the arch, the world transforms around you. The familiar Feywild forest dissolves like watercolors in the rain, it replaced by an impossible landscape. Before you stretches a shimmering road about 10 feet wide, composed of what looks like solidified twilight, neither day nor night, but the magical moment between them. It glows with a soft inner light and shades of purple, blue, and silver. On either side of the path, landscapes seem to flow past like dreams. Forests giving way to mountains, then to crystalline spires, then sweeping valleys, all in the space of just moments. Overhead, instead of a sky, streams of colored light flow like rivers, occasionally intersecting and creating cascades of magical energy, the visible manifestation of the ley lines that power this ancient trod. Stu waits a few paces ahead, looking both nervous and excited.
Keep up.
In response to her words, the path behind you begins to fade slightly, encouraging your forward progress.
Down the rabbit hole we go, Grog says in goat that no one
Really?
understands.
Really? No time to say hello, goodbye. Really? Oh, sorry.
You're
Can
fine.
you hear me?
Yes.
We hear you. Do you hear us hearing you?
Yep.
Oh, messages.
Do you hear us hearing you? I don't think that's how that hearing works.
As the twilight path descends, the vibrant colors of the ley lines overhead fade to muted blues and grays. The shimmering road narrows and begins to wind through a vast marsh as the blues and grays above seem to descend into a shrouding mist. The air grows heavy with palpable melancholy, and each breath feels like drawing in someone else's sorrow. The path itself becomes translucent in places, revealing the dark, muddy waters beneath. Each step, ripples of regret spread outward beneath your feet, threatening to dissolve the trod. In the distance, faint lights flicker like lost souls, and somewhere, just barely audible, comes the sound of soft weeping. Stu's ears droop as she turns to you.
This is the Sorrow Marsh. Many travelers lose their way here, trapped by their own regrets. The path grows thin where sorrow is deepest.
As you proceed, soft whispers emerge from the mist, each one seeming to speak directly to your deepest insecurities and regrets. The voices sound eerily familiar, like friends or loved ones expressing their disappointment. The courts will see through your deceptions. You will never find your way home.
Who believes?
No.
Oh, I see what's happening.
Dun dun dun.
Don't listen
Billy?
to the whispers.
Billy?
Don't listen to the whispers.
Oh my god.
It's Billy.
Must not listen.
Billy's talking to me. Could have saved Billy.
Your science fails when it matters most, and you will fail again.
Look.
I
But
don't
we
say
just get a
anything yet.
despondent
He's not
look
here.
in her eyes.
There you go. Now you can talk.
Dad is
He's here.
unbothered.
Hope's gonna Hope. Stu's gonna go over to Hope and put her paws on her legs.
Grog's
listen.
unbothered, still staring at the goose.
Farcon's freaking out a little bit.
It's correct, though. I won't be able to.
Veto was
Everyone-
having issues about Billy, but after hearing what he heard, completely steeled his resolve.
Everyone, please make a wisdom save.
I don't like this.
Wisdom save. Working on wisdom. Yeah.
Bruh, I always fucking fail on
13.
these.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Wisdom saving throws. I'm
Everyone
supposed to be good at these, so let's see.
We'll see.
Highest I've seen so far is a +3. Multiple of us have it.
Will this be a spell or a charm I'm being saving against?
No.
Roger Dodger.
Is that everyone?
No.
Nope.
No.
Still waiting on Hope.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, so Elendir, Grog, Farcon, you all, got lost on my notes. You all recognize that there is a external manipulation. Now, Hope, Gad, and who was the other fellow there? Veto. You all begin to doubt yourselves. Like something about that rang true. You will have disadvantage on your next check. With all the whispering surrounding you, Stu hops anxiously from one foot to the other as the path grows increasingly transparent beneath you all.
Don't listen to the whispers. They are trying to claim you, and you should actually speak of something you are proud of, something that makes you happy. It'll make the path respond to it, or something like that.
Elendir, what is
me.
something that you are proud of or makes you happy?
Fresh dew on a summer's morning.
Okay. Please roll a persuasion check.
Can Stu be helpful?
I don't know how you would help him persuade himself of what he just said. You seem to definitely find that fresh dew on a summer morning makes you happy. That brings you a bit of joy in the moment. Farcon, what is something that you were proud of or makes you happy?
Zen.
Farcon, you with us?
Sorry,
Farcon!
mic was muted.
Oh,
My
okay.
mic was muted.
You're good. It happens.
My Alexa was freaking out. I had to shut it up. Having good friends makes me happy. Makes
All right,
Farcon happy.
please roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Where is it? Oh yeah, no. 4.
Oh shit. While the path seemed to solidify beneath Elendir's feet as he spoke, the mist swirls around Farcon, and with a sickening lurch, the path dissolves. He plunges into the cold, clinging mud of regret that feels unnaturally heavy, like liquid sorrow. And as it touches your skin, Farcon, vivid memories of your greatest regrets flood through your mind, paralyzing you with grief. You are now under the restrained condition.
God damn it.
Gad, what is something you're proud of or makes you happy?
I'm proud that I'm able to serve my community and my people.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Got a 12.
The path seems to solidify beneath your feet. Grog, what is something that you're proud of or makes you happy?
Good company and Grum.
Please roll a persuasion check.
Just nat 20s thinking about Grum.
$14.
The path seems to solidify beneath your feet. Hope, what is something you're proud of or makes you happy?
A hope that's healing, making sure that people are healthy and bringing joy to people's lives.
All right, please give me a persuasion check. What I miss?
Yeah, what's going on? I want to chuckle.
Hope on a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, did she? Damn.
Yeah, because she had disadvantage on her next check.
Oh,
So
who else had
she rolled in
disadvantage?
that
and
one.
Didn't
Oh
roll
shit! I didn't
disadvantage?
realize that was the disadvantage.
Gad didn't roll
check.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I gotta roll that again. All right. It was wisdom, right?
Persuasion check.
Oh fuck! I just ruined that good roll. No, I'm gonna get shit.
Yeah,
That was a
you
good
did.
roll too. Damn it! Persuasion.
I mean, he could probably keep that 17, right?
9.
Oh my gosh.
So Gad, the path stayed solid beneath your feet. Hope, though, has fallen into the mud like Farcon. Veto. Who was the other fail?
Veto was a fail.
I know Veto was, but there was one more, wasn't there?
I don't know.
Beto and Farcon, I thought.
No, I rolled a nat 20 on the wisdom save.
It was Hope, but she fell in anyway. Okay. Veto, what is something that makes you proud or happy?
Best friends too.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Come on,
And
Nat
nat
20.
1. Nat 1, baby.
Come on.
I rolled a nat 1
Oh.
for a
But you
9.
still got a 9.
With your +8 and the -2 on the DC check for your roleplay, you passed, and the path seems to stay solid beneath your feet. So, if I have this right, only Hope and Farcon are in the mud, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, not for them.
Not for them.
No, not for us.
So, let's see. Ellendir,
That's me.
you have watched, everyone speak aloud. You didn't know what the hell Grog said, but the path seemed to say stay solid beneath him. Hope and Farcon have plunged into the mud as the path gave way underneath them. What do you do?
Does Ellendir have time to react to dive for Farcon to try and keep him from sinking all the way under?
He is not sunken under, but he seems to just be awash with regret. You can't really reach to him, and he is not reaching up to reach you.
I do not understand.
Okay.
I heard
and
mud.
Farcon are restrained in the mud. They have not overcome the condition yet to reach out for help, and you cannot reach far enough down from the path beneath you to try and grab them and pull them up without them reaching out for help. They have not been completely claimed by the mud and pulled underneath. Is that a better explanation?
I would say so. I understand.
Okay.
I would like to point out.
Elendil will ask Gad for advice then.
Gad will look down at Hope and say, "You're one of the best people I know, Hope. You're always giving yourself to others, trying to commit good acts, and you're probably the most selfless person out of all of us here."
I think Hope's the only one that reads Noobtown, but you got this. I believe in you.
Dear God.
Let's see, Farkon. I'm just kind of going through an initiative order, but it's alphabetical right now. But I want to make sure everybody gets a rough turn. Essentially, is how we're playing it out. Farkon, please give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh. Shit.
That would be a 7.
Farkon remains restrained by the mud, just lost in his own regrets. Gad, what are you doing? You kind of. I'm sorry, Farkon. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying my charisma sucks.
Rough.
No,
Maybe
it's honk
next time
honk.
we'll try something else. Gad, you were kind of giving Elendil some advice. Anything else going on here?
He's muted for some reason.
Gad, you're muted for some reason.
He's probably talking with Sam.
Yeah, I got a call and then it muted my mic afterwards. Oof.
I gotcha.
But my turn is just giving Hope words of encouragement and trying to get her to break out of the mental fog she's in.
Okay. Grog, what is the goat man doing there? Or the goat Grog, rather, because you're not a man.
I'm staring at the goose.
Okay. Hope, you are up. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Are
Gad's
you...
words. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is he staring at the goose like Donkey was staring at Puss in Boots while riding on Shrek?
I hope, despite Gad's words of encouragement, you continue to just feel completely overwhelmed with paralyzing grief, and you are trapped by that mud. Stu, what are you doing there?
She's just hopping around the stuck ones, trying to be like, "Come on, you can do it."
Stu is also lending words of encouragement. This music's hitting right now, I tell you. Veto, what's happening, buddy?
Before I answer, did you read what I said in the Veto channel?
Funny, but the goose is just sitting on your head.
Well, in that case, since Farcon's right in front of me, Veto's going to also try and dive and reach down to Farcon while staying on his levitating path.
Farcon is just out of reach, and he seems to be so overcome with just grief and regret that he does not even bother to reach out for your hand, even though if he did, you could likely have a go at pulling him back up to the path.
Since he's not responding, I'm blasting with a Sorcerer's Burst to snap him out of it.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Are we replacing Nimnil? What's happening right now?
What?
As Veto prepares to cast some science, the mud around the marsh begins to bubble and shift, forming into grotesque shapes. Twisted reflections of regret. Failures seem to be taking form. The shapes almost seem to be rising from the marsh, their features contorted in accusation and disappointment. Everyone roll initiative.
No. I will not be fighting. Continue on the road.
I just roll another one. What is with these dice today? Horse, everything's a 1.
I don't
Everything
like
in tonight's plan, by the way, combat is entirely avoidable. But you know, there's still two are trapped in the mud, and it has awakened the.
I feel like the science has awakened them, not.
Could be. Thank you,
It's
those of
almost
you that
like the
are
path
entering your own
reacts
initiative.
to fighting. It's like, oh, you wanted to fight? Here's your fight.
It's not that I'm wanting to fight. I am.
You're wanting
Oh,
to
no.
inflict damage on another being in order to snap them out of something.
Yeah. I've got a
Okay,
soft. Give him soft science.
Barkon, give me a wisdom saving throw this time.
11.
You know, you seem to overcome the just grief that this mud is just seeping you in. You are still restrained. You are still stuck in the mud, but you find the willpower to reach up.
Veda's still reaching for him.
Hang on, I should probably do this since we're in a situation.
Got ourselves a situation.
Yep. That looks about right, and we'll put Hope like there, and Farcon.
I'm currently prone, trying to reach Farcon.
All right, you all are obviously everything beyond the path that you see is not good, and so just for Hope's benefit, I pulled up a rough battle map just to give some visual aid to them. There's kind of a cloudy twilight path over a marsh, essentially, and Hope and Farcon are in the mud off the side of that path, and various things are taking shape in the mud around the path. As
Those are some big boys.
Those are some big boys. I agree. All right. Oh
yeah, we are level 5. Things
you are level 5.
Dramatically.
They have, yeah.
Forget what I can do. It's been so long.
Apologies. Life gets busy. It hasn't slowed down, but I knew we needed to get back at it. Okay. So these things have taken shape around you. They've begun to move in. Oh, damn it. That reset all the initiative order.
Oh, you bastard.
I know.
Bah. In that case, I'll give myself a 20.
Oops, no, wrong one.
I apologize. I should have flipped the stuff forward first.
How dare
Flip
you?
the scene forward, I mean.
I'm gonna flip this table.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
How does one muddy boy have 24 initiative?
No road's too muddy for his little
I rolled
buddy.
a 19, and I have a plus
They all
5.
have 8.
Yeah, Farcon didn't have disadvantage on initiative, even though he was, wailing in the mud down there.
I didn't have disadvantage.
That would have made sense, wouldn't it? Hope had a 7, and Grog had a 17. Cool. So Farcon, you have the restrained condition. You have made your save. You're able to reach up for help if somebody tries to pull you up.
That's what I was doing when combat started.
It was, but it is not your turn to pull him up. He can now reach up. The restrained condition, while you have the restrained condition, you experience the following effects. Your speed is 0 and cannot increase. Your attacks are affected. Any attack rolls against you have advantage. Any attack rolls you make have disadvantage. Any saving throws you make for dexterity have disadvantage.
Great.
Just for
my
everybody's
my best
benefit.
skill.
But otherwise, it is still your turn, Farcon.
I'm guessing reaching up is going to be an action or a bonus action.
I will say that is your reaction to reach up, but somebody trying to pull you up will take an action on their part because it will be a check. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I see this thing next to me, and I'm just gonna screw it. I'm gonna pop my arms.
All right. Pop 'em.
So it needs to roll a dex save.
All right.
Does it have disadvantage being in the mud?
He has disadvantage. It
I have
doesn't, but
disadvantage.
its save against him wouldn't be affected by that.
Yeah, dex 14.
It has failed.
Okay. It takes 8 points of force damage.
Okay. Does that conclude your turn?
No, because then I'm just gonna punch the crap out of it, get it away from me with my arms.
Okay.
$17. For the
That
first
hits.
one. 9 damage. Force damage.
Which one is this again?
Oh wait, crap! That was supposed to be a disadvantage. Oops. Let's roll that one again.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the
Still the same.
17.
Yep. And 9 points of damage. So let's see, that many. Okay.
And then rolling my second attack at disadvantage. Clicking. Okay, 12.
That hits.
For 12 damage.
Okay, so as you strike it, the muddy creature explodes when it dies. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw, which is at disadvantage right now, I'm afraid.
Yep. Alright.
It's like, and you're depressed again.
22?
That passes. Good job.
I mean, I have a +8, so I mean,
Yeah.
really?
Does that conclude your turn, Farcon?
Yes. And I will reach up for my react.
All right, and Stu, you're up.
Can I reach the vigilant one, or is he in mud, or whatever?
Vigilant one. Your attack is 5 foot range, right? So you would have to be on the edge of the path, like right here, I believe, to hit him. I mean, here technically could work too.
This could work, okay.
Yeah.
She'll move up and say, "Stay away from Hope," and she'll go for a little bite.
All right, give me that roll to hit.
15?
15 hits. Give me some damage.
Just 1 piercing damage, what my sheet says.
All right, well, you get a little mouthful of mud.
Yep. And she will spit the mud out as she bonus action disengages. And it goes right here, I believe.
It tastes like sadness. Does that end your turn?
Yes, maybe 1 bit back right there.
Okay.
That ends my turn.
That's
what
fine.
does sadness taste like?
Ellen, dear.
You don't want to
you're
know.
Weak old cabbage. It's been left
So
out
we
in the
got-
sun. I don't know. Ellen, dear, you're up. What's happening?
So we got Farcon still in the mud here. He killed that Mephit.
Yes.
All right.
And he is reaching up towards the path for help. Veto is prone right there, though, reaching over the edge. So it
Man.
stands to reason that Veto will pull him up, but you could always,
Yank him up early.
scoot in there and do it if you like, or you can,
I'm gonna cover their moment together, and Elendil will draw a crossbow and take care of that northwest smart mud method.
That one? Okay. Give me your roll to hit, sir.
Gotta find it. I forgot how to do this. It's been so long.
I believe in you,
9.
brother.
A 9 does not hit.
Yeah, that's a nat one, baby.
Oof, oof. You got anything else for us this turn, sir?
That's all no, I'm gonna stay put. That's all I got.
That brings us to the Grog Goat.
What's the goose doing?
The goose is sitting on Veto's head.
What did
It
Veto
just
do?
looks
Did Veto do
oblivious
anything
to
yet?
everything. Veto's like laying on the ground, leaning over the side to try and pull Farkon up.
The heaviest member of the team.
He rolled a 3 on initiative, though, so he's a little
Sure.
slow with what's going on right now.
Veto's
I'm
the
gonna
strongest
try and
member of
come
the
over
team.
and help Veto pull. Who was it again? Elender?
Farkon.
Farkon. Help pull Farkon up. I'm gonna
So,
try biting onto his hand and pulling.
okay, granting him help will confer advantage to him on his athletics check to pull Farkon out of the mud. Does that conclude your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're up.
But
I will.
Oh
Let's
man,
see.
I didn't see that. Oh yeah,
I'm going to move down the path this way towards the Hulk creature.
All right, it is towering out of the mud and kind of, its waist and shoulders are up at path height, just staring you down. This muddy mass. A
I will
snooty
do
muddy mass.
Gonna quarterstaff attack him
All right.
for a nat 1. That misses.
That does not hit. That is accurate.
And I'll just play it off like I'm swinging the quarterstaff around. I'll put it on my back and then do a flurry of blows on him.
All right.
But come on, man.
That also does not hit.
All right, I will.
another attack. You get another one.
I always think I have to hit the first one for the second one to go through. Thank you, Farkon.
That
So
one
that one
does
hits.
connect. Yes.
Then we'll roll a 9 on that, and when my unarmed hits him, I will also cast Hand of Harm. And that will do 1d4 plus 3, so another 4 points of damage, so 13 total damage, and I use 2 key points.
Make sure you notate those 2 key points. That additional 4 points of damage brings his health to there. Okay. Does that conclude your turn, sir?
Yes.
All right. That brings us to this fella on the side of the path.
Does he have hell good hair?
No, it's a filthy mud creature. There is no hair.
Okay.
It will advance across up. It kind of flies up onto the path, mud trailing beneath it, just dripping everywhere, and comes up to stare down Stu, and it will attempt to slam into Stu. It succeeds at slamming into Stu, and Stu takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage, Stu.
Makes a little hurt bunny squeak.
A sad bunny squeak. Let's see. This next one will cut beneath the path towards Hope, muttering things about claiming her for the swamp. give in to your regrets, and it will attempt to slam into Hope. It will succeed, and Hope will take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Already used my reaction. Damn it!
I would like to use a legendary action after this one's turn.
All right, you can do that.
I would like to give Hope and Gad a melee weapon attack or 5 temp HP.
All right.
Hope, do you take 5 temp HP or your melee weapon attack, which will be at disadvantage because you are restrained in the mud?
Is Hope there?
Hope,
Hope
what
took
was
the
the
5
temp?
points of temp HP. Gad,
All
what are you
right,
taking?
and I will quarterstaff.
All right, that
Does
one.
12 hit?
Wait, which one are you attacking? This guy, a 12 does not hit.
Oh, dang it.
Sorry, buddy. And
Good try.
that brings us to this ugly bastard over here.
You leave Veto alone.
He will.
That was good. That was good.
Veto's beautiful.
enjoyable.
She's just missing fingers.
That's true.
This one will trudge through the mud behind Farcon. And
It's clobbering.
I wanted to be like, it's clobbering time, but I'm not going to do it.
Of course you would say that. Good God.
I failed to mention that I'm keeping an eye on the goose the entire time, despite helping Farcon.
One eye on the goose.
As that shady mud hulk trudges through the mud up behind Farcon, it slams and splashes down into the mud and flings mud out in a 10-foot radius around it. A 10-foot sphere. A 10-foot radius sphere centered on it. Each creature in that area needs to make a DC 13 dex save. Hope and Farcon are disadvantaged. So I need dex saves from Elendil, Grog, Veto,
I'm unfazed.
Farcon, and Hope. Veto saves, Grog saves, Farcon saves.
You can't disrupt my
Elendil
concentration
saves.
on staring at this goose. I'm watching him.
Hope
Watching
fails
him.
the save. So for Hope, you're going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. All right. Not moving as fast as I used to, I feel like. Getting used to everything
Rusty.
again. Yep, a little
Well,
rusty.
it has been
little
like
rusty.
a while.
This
Have to get back in the
method
groove.
will fly up against the side of the path behind Elendil and attempt to slam him. It succeeds, and Elendil will take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Does the slam push at all? Or shove?
It does not.
Can you get that?
Be right back.
I'm juggling a lot of things. I hadn't seen it. No, you don't. I mean, well, okay, you're in the Sorrow Marsh, which is whispering all kinds of nasty shit at everyone. So yes, you hear whispers.
Yeah, it is.
There's a
messing with
lot
your
of
brains.
whispering going on, and it is very unpleasant. Elendil, did you calculate that damage? You did. Thank
Show
you.
did.
Sir.
At the end of that smart mud method, I would like to take my reaction and move 15 feet away from it to the southwest.
Okay. You moving yourself, or would you like me to?
Oh, I'm doing it.
Okay, cool. That brings us to the snooty mud hulk, which seems to be facing off against Gad. It will use an enveloping slam attack, and it will fail to hit him at all. But Uh,
I don't like that. Nope, we can full stop. We don't need that but.
no, it failed. It failed, so there is no but. Moving on. Let's see, and this one is going to fly up on Hope, attempting to keep her for the swamp, the marsh. Oh, that's facing backwards. This mud method will attempt to slam into Hope, and it will fail to make contact with her as she wails in the mud in regret. Hope, you are up. You are basically, Farcon's behind you. He seems to have overcome his sorrow and is reaching forward towards Veto's hand up on the path. There's two mud methods surrounding you. You are just wailing in the throes of regret in the swamp. Please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this my action or just the beginning of my turn?
This is just a saving throw at the beginning of your turn. It is not your action. You are able to overcome the sorrow that is gripping your mind. While you are still restrained by the mud, you are able to take your reaction to reach up for help if anyone is there.
I would fly up.
You are restrained by the mud, and your movement is 0.
I'm restrained, eh?
You're still restrained. You saved against the sorrow.
Hold on 1 second.
One.
Let me see here.
2.
3.
You guys are counting wrong. It's 3.
4.
So I can't do that one. Okay. Let's do. Let's do the following. You said I could use my reaction.
You are now able to reach up for help, which you were not before because you were so overcome with sorrow and regret. But you were still under the restrained condition.
How do I get unrestrained then?
Someone has to pull you up onto the path out of the mud with an athletics check.
Oh, okay.
Which will cost their action. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm surrounded by a method or whatever you said?
Yes, there's one method directly south of you, and there's one method directly west of you beneath the path, like down in the mud with you, essentially.
And I'm to the northeast of you.
And Farcon is northeast of you, like directly behind you. You guys are within 5 feet of each other, yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I will reach up and do that, I guess.
Well, you should still have an action, right?
Yeah, reaching up will take a reaction. You still have your action and bonus action. Yeah, you're just disadvantaged and can't move.
You have your full turn. You just
move. I am going to cast. You know what? No, I'm not going to cast anything because, actually, at the methods that's around me, let's cast Toad the Dead on them.
Which one?
I need a wisdom saving throw.
Which one?
I guess the nearest one to me.
There's one east and south, same distance. I just need to know which one I'm calculating.
West.
Stuff.
That would be west. Rusty
is encouraging you to go after the one to the west. You want a wisdom saving throw, you said?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
It is a 17.
Oh, they succeed. Never mind. In turn.
All right. Veto
is
reaching up towards you.
Veto apologizes to Farcon. After hearing Stuella getting hit, Veto's going to stand up and dive at this method that attacked her.
Oh my god.
All right.
Why would you dive prone?
God damn it.
I stood up, and so I still have my movement, so I'm going to run and dive and tackle this thing and get it off.
Now you're prone again.
Look, Stuella got hurt. So what do I need to roll?
Okay. For what? What are you doing?
I'm tackling it. I'm
Grappling.
running.
Are you grappling?
I guess I'm grappling it and just running and just gonna just run straight at it, grab it, and just try and just take it away from her so that way she doesn't.
So you're
So that way
attempting to
she's no
tackle
longer.
it to the ground in a grapple.
Sure. Yes, that sounds right.
Okay. Is a grapple an athletics check? It's been a minute. I don't remember. The target must succeed on a strength dex, which it gets to choose. Saving throw. DC 8 plus proficiency strength plus. So it just has to save against you.
So do I roll athletics against it?
No,
Or just
it
strength?
just has to.
No, it
just
just
saves.
makes the saving throw.
It just makes a saving throw against your proficiency bonus plus strength modifier. So your proficiency
6.
bonus is a 3.
And
Yeah,
the
that's
strength
a
is a
6
3.
plus 8, so that's a 14. It needs a 14. And it was strength or dex, right? It gets to choose. Did I read that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Boop boop. It fails. You have tackled the mud method down to the path.
Okay.
Let's
Is it-
go.
Is
It's
it prone?
It's grappled. They are both prone.
Can you put it in front of me?
Sure.
Thank you.
No, go the other way. Damn it.
No,
Does
I-
Venom say
no, I-
anything when this happens? Get down, Mrs.
I get-
President.
I don't know about calling you Mrs. President, but Vetta's just gonna scream stew and calling it this muddy little mouse,
All right.
and just that's it.
That concludes your turn. Okay. Farcon, you are up. You are still reaching for help. Help was so close, and then Veto stood up and ran off. What are you
I should have
doing?
punched him, but I didn't have my reaction.
Right.
Stew was in danger. She got hit.
What are we doing
There's
there,
other
Farcon?
people in the party. You don't have to be always there. I'm
Yes,
more
I do.
important right this second, Lou.
I'm
I'm gonna spin around and just punch the ever living crap out of this big guy.
All right, give me your roll to hit on the big guy.
Switch to the right screen. Actions. 18 to hit.
That definitely hits him. Give me some damage.
That's 8 force.
All right, I've got that calculated. What else you got for me, sir?
21 to hit.
That hits him.
That is 7 force damage. And screw it.
Okay. Math. All right, what else you got?
Poppin'. Flurry of blows.
All right.
Natural 20.
All right,
Let's
give me that crit
roll.
damage, sir.
That's 11. Bludgeoning.
All right.
Another natural.
Oh my
What?
god.
No way.
What? Bro.
14 bludgeoning.
My Mud Hulk. My
The
poor
one in
Mud Hulk.
400 chance.
All right. What else you got for me? Does
I
that
have
include-
no remorse for you, motherfucker.
I'm reaching towards Grog. I'm gonna try and grab his horns and try to.
Still
No,
reaching
help
up
me
towards
get
the path, with arms flailing up towards Grog now after beating the crap out of the Mud Hulk. All right.
Please go. Please pick me up.
Stu, you're up.
She is inspired by Veto, and will take another bite at this little one in front of her, I think.
Okay, it's just off the edge of the path below the path, but you can reach it.
Okay.
We'll say its wing tip is flailing up at the edge of
Wait,
the path.
could
You can
I-
bite at it.
Could I reach Hope?
Yeah, you could attempt to. Hope is reaching up. You could attempt to pull a
At
amazing
minus
feat of
5
legendary
strength.
bunny strength and pull Hope up.
Oh god.
40 damage.
Imagine this would be the third crit 20 in a row if it happened.
So I will need a athletics check, which is going to be a strength check
Minus 5? Yeah, okay.
because you're not
Oh,
proficient. in
fuck.
stuff, so.
Let's go. Let's go.
Crit 20.
Did
Crit
40
20.
damage that round.
Oh, not... oh my god, please, please. Oh.
On that one, granting a -4.
Did you just push Hope further into the
and-
mud?
No. I
will
hope
not,
I just like
pulls her
ripped some
down.
of her clothing off or
I
something.
will not make you topple over into the mud, but you were just like nibbling into the air at Hope, and you look crazy, and that'll You got anything else for us, or is that your turn?
That will be my turn, I think. I think
All
she'll
right.
just try to
Ellen-
desperately try to save Hope.
Elendir.
Can Elendil reach Hope without going off the path?
Yes, we will say that from the edge of the path right here, you could reach Farcon or Hope, both of which are reaching upwards.
Farcon's
I just realized.
Grog has
Are we
Far
not
is
seeing
is
colors?
going for Farcon, right? Is that I heard Farcon's grabbing his horns?
Yes.
Trying
Farcon's
to.
reaching out towards Grog, but I mean, you could still swoop in and pull him up. That's up to you. What were you asking, Get?
Oh my god, what I
We're
do?
not
Oh
seeing
shit.
any, like, of the health colors.
My guess is that nothing is severely injured at the moment. I'm not sure why you would.
But that didn't happen with the other method either. Like, we never saw him go yellow or red.
Hmm.
We have
I guess we'll find out
Elendir's
with the next
Fitness.
thing that dies, but... Yeah, somehow there's now 3 Elendirs.
Because my push to talk is alt, and somehow alt will duplicate. And I can't.
Wow.
we have 4
Well,
Elendirs.
Elendir gets 3 turns.
I think I got it. Is that alt?
There's one
There's
more.
Nope,
still
there's still
a
one more.
hardened.
There we go.
Ah, got it. Whew, that was close. Actually, I think I like the hardened version better. Alright, so Elendir is going to go to the edge of the path and attempt to pull up Hope without going off the path.
All right. So give me an athletics check, sir.
Yes, sir. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, 22.
You successfully pull Hope up onto the path. So you back up 5 feet as you pull her up, and she takes your spot on the edge of the path there.
Wonderful.
Job.
Oh shit, I did it again.
Oops.
My God.
Did
my
it
God.
again.
Alright, I gotta change
Why
my
don't you just-
keybind.
All right. That consumed your action. Do you have a bonus action, or does that conclude your turn?
I do not have a bonus action I don't believe I can take at this time, but I am quite rusty. Let me, give me 2 seconds here. No, I do not.
All right. That brings us to the goat Grog. Farcon is reaching up towards you.
I let him grab my horn and then I try to pull him out.
Okay, you're going to have to take 5 movement forward to do that, and then give me an athletics check, sir.
He moved? I thought I was next to him already.
You were
No,
a
you
little
were
bit up.
you
Yeah,
were 10 feet away.
that's all right.
Because there's
My last turn was I went to go help him.
You were a tiny bit
Testing.
above. It's fine. It's not
So
like
what am I
that.
doing?
You can't go anywhere anyway. So,
Strength save.
athletics check.
23.
You successfully pull Farcon from the mud and up onto
Let's go.
the path.
Let's
Uh,
go. And then I
does that
use the
cons-
remainder of my movement to go and help Hope.
Hope's been pulled up
be
already.
careful.
Oh, well then I continue staring at the goose.
Okay. So
Well,
that
actually,
concludes
hold
your
on.
turn.
Is there a mudman directly to my left?
Yeah.
You're right.
Southeast.
You were
and
actually
there's a guy-
flanked at the
there's-
moment.
Yeah, you are flanked at the moment.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
in that case, I'm going to target this smart mud method here,
Okay.
and I am going to ram and bite, do my multi-tack.
Okay.
That one hits.
That hits.
He
That
doesn't
one
have an
hit.
action because he helped me up.
Oh, you're right. You burnt your action. All you have is a bonus action and some movement. Sorry.
Oh.
Thank you, Farkon. Good catch.
Damn it, Farkon.
Follow the rules.
I saved your life, and this is what you do to me?
I thoroughly enjoyed it
Here's
when you roll the
where-
bite. By the way, the effect just says nom nom nom.
It
I
does.
forgot I had written that. Are you doing anything else this turn, or does that conclude your turn, sir?
That concludes. I prepare to. I prepare to defend myself against the smart mud method. Can I do that?
Okay. No, that would readying in action is, you know.
Okay. No. you can't do that.
Gad, you're up.
If you were a
Facing
mo-
off with
if
the
you were
snooty
a
mud
rogue,
hulk.
you could.
I'm going to disengage from the Hulk and go back up the path.
Alright.
And this method is now surrounded, right?
Yeah, but it was already prone because Veto is grappling.
No,
it
so I already would
ground,
have gotten advantage.
So you
on
already would have had advantage, yeah.
it. Got it. Okay. And then since that was my action, bonus action unarmed strike.
Like lasagna.
And then
That
we'll
hits.
roll, see if I crit. I do not crit. All right. 8 damage.
All right.
Because he is prone, am I able to move freely away from him, or does that still provoke an attack of opportunity?
I believe he just has no movement because he is grappled. He can still attack.
With disadvantage, correct?
Yes, because he is prone.
In that case, I will risk it and continue to move over this way.
All right, so he's going to take that. These stupid pop-ups, I swear. Here we go. Disadvantage. And he'll whiff as you run past him. Does that conclude your turn?
So I want to go up to this one. I'll stay here. Yep. Enter.
Okay. Where are we? A rough method? I don't see it.
That's the one on Veta.
Ah, thank you. So it's not even going to try and fight out of the grapple. It's just going to attempt to hit Veto. And it will fail. That'll end its turn. That brings us to this one, which is, despite Veto's best efforts, facing off against Stu. It's going to attack Stu. Stu, what's your AC? It hits.
13.
And it hits for 2 damage, Stu.
Okay.
Well, we know what's going to happen next.
Let's see. That brings us over to the Shady Mud Hulk, which is currently squaring off basically face to face with Farkon, even though Farkon just got pulled up there. And it's going to slam Farkon. And it fails to make contact up over the edge of the path. It's just kind of flailing about in the mud. The Shady Method will fly up onto the path next to Grog and attempt to slam him.
Do I have my reaction?
No, because you haven't had another turn since being pulled up onto the path, so
Okay.
you burnt your
Just making sure.
reaction to get pulled up. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I don't blame you at all for asking.
That's why I asked.
The method does not hit Grog successfully, which brings us to the other Mud Hulk down here. It lets out a
damn it.
roar and charges through the mud. down in the mud, and it attempts to do an enveloping slam on Veto, and it fails to
advantage.
make. It fails to make. Oh yeah, it does have advantage. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It still fails to make contact with Veto's crazy AC. Wait, hang on. Your AC is a 19 because of a shield, but you just grappled. You're grappling a method on the ground, so your shield is not equipped, so your AC drops by 2, yes?
What? Why does it unequip?
Oh, you
Because
have
you're on the
Warcast.
ground and grapple.
No,
Yeah,
that
what-
doesn't matter.
Okay. It's
That
just
doesn't
it's just
require a shield
it's
to be
just
dropped.
casting, but you took Warcaster anyway, right? So
I have Warcaster.
never
No.
mind. Okay, it misses. I thought I rolled a 17, and his AC is a 19, and I realized that AC adds 2, that shield adds 2, so I had to. Can't blame me, guys.
Yeah, we can. Stop trying
Oh,
to
no,
cheat.
no.
Trying to cheat us. You're
Vigilance.
trying to just make your enemies do more damage.
You're
The vigilant method flies up against the edge of the path there. It's just south of you, Hope, over the edge of the path that you have been pulled up on. It attempts to slam you. It has a 17, but Hope is at 18, so it does not make contact. Hope, you are up. The path is very crowded around you. There is a method up on the path engaged with Stu to your southwest, and there is a method.
Stu is to my southwest.
Stu is
Bonus
directly
action,
west of
to your
you.
west.
Stu's
Cool.
directly west of you, fighting a method which is southwest of you, south of
Bonus
Stu.
action, I have a healing word. Stu is my thing.
Okay.
Action, I am going to cast. Sacred Flame on the thing that's fighting Stu.
Okay. How much does Stu get healed for?
If you would give me a second, I will
Sure.
rule you all that.
1.
Shut the fuck up.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
2.
Let's see here.
I
27.
mean, Stu's only taking 4
Oh
damage,
my
but Stu
goodness.
doesn't have a lot of health, so.
I love that you said 3 immediately.
Alive. That's just at level 1. Oh, didn't do it? Okay. Oh!
Huh.
That's why. Yeah, healing word.
All right, so that brings Stu back to full health. And then what's your roll to attack on the method that is engaged with Stu?
Yeah, I need a deck save from you.
All right. 15.
No, that succeeds. Nothing happens. In turn.
All right. Veto, you are prone on the ground grappling a method.
Veto's gonna stand up and grapple the other method that hit Stu.
All right, give me a. Oh no, it has to save against you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And what did it have to make again? A 12.
8, 9, 10,
It's a-
11,
it-
14.
It got a 17. So you do not grapple it.
Grappling is taking my action then, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let me make sure. Do I have a bonus action? I don't have a bonus action. I do, but no.
You should get one of those.
Yeah, they're useful.
Well, I forgot what I had with
I'd have one if I had my pipe.
It's good that you guys wound up in combat, even though it was avoidable, because everyone needed a refresher, it seems.
I got mixed up with Barnabas and Bramlin.
It happens.
I guess that's my cloak is gonna billow and try and smack the sad mud moblin. No.
Alrighty.
I do want to play.
I'd like to
more
do
of
a
the
legendary
Barnabas
action.
campaign.
Legendary action from Stu, yes.
I would like to do the Furious Bite Barrage.
Alright, remind me what that does.
It says the
But-
bunny gives itself advantage and makes a triple bite attack.
Oh, damn. All right, so you get 3 bites on the mephit in front of you, I assume?
Yes.
At advantage?
How do I roll this?
You would
can-
right click your bite and hit roll with advantage, and you would do that 3 times.
I don't have a character in the thing.
Oh, right.
I'm just rolling in the game table.
So you would roll each attack twice to hit. Roll to hit twice for each.
And then I add my plus to my bite. Plus 2. Sorry.
I believe so.
Oh god, it's waiting so long for her. Jeez.
What are you wanting about, sir?
Silence.
I was just kidding, but I gotta change my keybind again.
That first one hits. That second one hits. Literally reverse
Same
rolls.
roll.
Ooh!
Yeah,
And
no,
the
there's
last
something
one
off with
crits.
that.
So you get to roll
yeah.
damage 3 times, but your last one's double damage. Except it's just 1 damage, right? So it's gonna
One
be
piercing damage.
4 damage
Oh.
total.
Nice. I'll take it. She's being a little warrior because she's got her friends around her.
Absolutely, Stu's definitely putting up a show this fight. Ellendir, you were up.
All right.
All right.
No,
All
I
right.
didn't go.
Oh, Stu took a legendary action. That's why it was so
yes,
far
it's
gone.
legendary.
That's my bad. I was confused.
I
Farcon.
was like, wait, what?
Don't be stepping on my boy
My
Farcon.
fault. I'm sorry.
Skipping the-
Farcon, what
the
do you got
damage.
for us?
Going after the big guy some more.
Awesome.
Because why not?
Thank you for the 91. I thought it was 81. 91 months. Thank you, Trula.
25 to hit.
That hits him.
12.
We gotta make sure that we keep Sue alive.
$13 to hit.
All right, that does hit.
For 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a new skill. I'm gonna use Stunning Strike.
All right.
Con save 14.
He gets a 16 and passes.
Damn it.
I really like that new ability you had, Farcon.
Does that conclude your turn?
No, Flurry Blows.
All right.
Even if you fail, it still gets things still happen with Stunning Strike now, which is nice.
17 to hit.
That hits.
13 damage. 10, I'm guessing, does not hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay.
You did tear
And
that
then
that guy up though.
what's the thing that happens with Stunning Strike if you miss?
Nothing.
Oh no, I keep forgetting that we're still using 2014, so I was wrong.
I thought we were using whatever is better for us.
I think he has to upgrade his character sheet to get it though. Stu,
Ooh.
you're up.
Well, I think she's still in warrior mode, so let's do another bite.
All right, give me a roll to hit.
16?
16 does hit.
Munches on.
Did we just
I
hear
think
you-
she might. Oh wait, I can be helpful as a bonus action. Can I bonus action? What Is that for attack rolls as well?
Just checks.
I forget. Do we play till 8:30 or 9:30?
Another hour.
9:30
Okay, 9
your
minutes or an
time, I
hour?
think.
Well, it's only
Hour.
6:30.
Okay.
So we got 3 more hours.
She'll stay here. She'll end her turn here.
All right, Elendir. Now it's your turn, buddy.
Oh golly, you mean it?
I mean it.
All right, Doc. Is it okay if I go?
Yes, he says yes. Let's go.
All right, bonus action, steady aim, and Elendir will take a shot at the snooty mud hulk.
All right. Roll to hit.
Get myself another copy.
That
The six-
does hit.
All right.
I just wish I had Brandon's finger guns.
14. Nope, I lied. 19 damage.
Damn, bro. Damn. My snooty mud hawk.
My banshee.
How much damage?
1-9.
All right. Anything else?
That'd be all for today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Grog.
All right.
1 second.
I'll have to do that.
It's currently dinner time, so time to do that. Is the big
Dinner's
guy
in an
still
hour.
alive that's near me?
Is the what?
Everyone's out of the mud.
Everyone's out of the mud except some of the enemies.
Okay, do I have a big guy and a little guy next to me?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to attack the little guy. I'm gonna ram and bite him. I'll
Give
be
me your
pressing
roll.
the
You
button
get
here.
disadvantage if you're surrounded.
He's not surrounded though.
He's not flanked anymore. They have to be on proper opposite sides, which they are not.
Ooh.
Can I use my previous roll?
No.
No.
That's not how this works.
Well, that one hits.
That does hit.
And that one hits.
That does hit.
That's a good roll.
All right. Give me.
That's a good roll.
the-
17 damage total.
On the
course.
smart mud method.
Yes.
All right.
Can we get fight music, please? This is putting me to sleep.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Hold on.
Here, give me that. Sure.
Does that conclude your turn, Grog?
I resume staring at the goose.
Awesome.
Does the goose show any sort of
No.
reaction to me smashing the fuck out of the smart mud method?
No, the goose is completely ignoring you. It won, and it doesn't care about you anymore.
You looked away from the goose. You absolutely lost the staring contest. It is
In fact-
superior to you.
Before the goose does its it will honk and bite Veto for 2 points of damage. Veto, you're at 25 health now. Gad, you're up.
I will ice blast the snooty mud Hulk.
All
with
right.
Ice knife. Ooh, new spell.
Roll the hit.
Does a 13 hit
hits.
that thing?
It does. It does.
Let's
The
go.
ice knife just cuts through the mud of that monstrosity, cleaving 4 points
Alright.
of damage out of it.
So we'll do 4 piercing damage, and then we get a 2d6 ice damage and a 5-foot radius. So this will also hit the other method.
Ooh.
I need to roll 2d6.
It automatically
Where's-
does that. It doesn't get a save.
Let me double check.
It has to succeed on
Hit-
a dex saving.
Hit or miss Yes.
Oh.
Where the dex save is 14. Both of them need to make that.
Okay, so the Mudhulk makes a dex save
Mm-hmm.
of a 12, so it fails. It'll take the 2d6. The Mephit makes a dex save of 7, so it will take the 2d6. Roll me that 2d6, please.
4 damage to each of them.
Okay, so for more damage to this guy, and 4 damage to the Rough Mud Mephit. All right, does that conclude your turn?
No, I will do a unarmed attack on the one that is south of the bunny.
Sad Mud Mephit.
Boop.
Everything in this marsh
21.
is sad. 21 hits.
And 6 damage.
All right.
I'm upset
And
that
that
there's
will end my turn.
a sad, sadder, saddest, and sadliest.
The Rough Mud Mephit will attempt to slam Veto.
It's still prone.
16. It does not hit
Did
anyway.
it stand up?
Sure, it stands up.
Why did he
The
ask?
sad Mud Mephit south of Veto will attempt to slam Stu. And
Even after I tried to tackle it, and after Hope blasted it, it's still gonna go after the little cute bunny?
she keeps biting it, bro.
It's the one thing that brings hope and cheeriness to us all, and so it must die.
It missed in its attack. The Shady Mudhulk is going to do an enveloping slam on Farcon. It'll miss. Jeez. The smart Mud Mephit will attempt to slam Grog. It'll miss. What the hell is going on? The snooty Mudhulk, with no one within its range, will trudge through the mud over to Hope and attempt an enveloping slam. And gets a 2. What the fuck?
Hey.
Like
Have I hit
it,
anything?
like it.
Has anything hit in this entire round? What? Oh.
Looks
the
like you
Vigilant-
are. Looks like you're using our dice instead of yours.
The Vigilant Mud Method attempts to hit Hope and actually rolls a 19. That's a 22. So it hits Hope, and Hope will take 3 points of damage. Just 3 points of damage, Hope.
I
I
got you.
believe I have you at 25 now.
No, wait, why 25?
Is Grog taking any damage?
With the... I don't remember
That
all
should
the
be a
damage.
question for Grog.
I haven't been.
Grog started at a 41 because of taking goose damage in the camp.
Yeah.
The last damage I
I don't think I
remember
received any
took
damage since then.
was, it should be at 30. Unless I took 5 points of damage somewhere that I don't remember. But that should be at 30.
I don't think I ever saw you do it in the game table, but I do recall adding damage in Clash at one point when you took a hit.
He took 5 points of temporary hit points. Did you take it from his red?
Oh, I see. That's probably accurate. So you probably have lost your temp hit points, but are at 30.
I'm at 30, yes.
But have no temp hit points? That adds up. That tracks. Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ellen dear. You sound like you've sobered up. I will pour some more cognac. Hope, you're up.
Yeah, hold that thought.
We should get many enemies with us around us, right?
Yeah, you have 3 within 5 feet of you. Southeast of you, you have a Mudhulk. South of you, you have a Mud Mephit. And southwest of you, there's a Mud Mephit that's currently fighting Stu.
Alright. First,
Noveto's west of it, attempting to grapple it, and Gad is northwest of it.
Oh. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. let's see here. Do that first, and let's do a sacred flame. Yeah, I do want to do that actually. Let's do a sacred flame on the method that is threatening. That is threatening. What is her name? Who? Yeah.
All right,
Give
so
me a
you
dex
need
save.
a dex save.
No, 15 DC.
Nat 20.
Of course you do. In turn.
Of course I do. After an entire round where only one enemy succeeded in hitting. I'm just saying. Veto, you're up.
Veto's
Bro,
gonna
you
reach.
talking? I didn't hit none this entire combat.
That's true,
Shut
though.
up.
You have not hit it. You got out of the mud. Veto, what are you doing, buddy?
Veto's going to sorceress burst the sad mud melon.
All right, you can do that at point blank range.
I can.
This sad mud melon.
All right,
I have the talents. I have the feats.
I'm just making sure. You know, spellcasting
checked
in
the
melee
math.
range
It
is
checks
a,
out.
28 hits. Give me the damage.
No, 12.
The mud method explodes in a muddy mess. I need dexterity saving throws from Veto, Gad, Stu, and Hope.
Nat 20.
4.
Let's go. Of course, my nat 20 is that.
Veto fails.
You said
Yeah,
dex
because you keep
save.
chopping off all my
Dex
fingers,
save.
so I have a lower dexterity.
Oh, are you telling me I
Is
should
that how
give
that
you
works?
a permanent negative modifier for missing 2 fingers?
You
Yeah,
gave me a
sure.
negative modifier.
That should
Did I?
absolutely
I
be a
think that
thing.
should affect his strength.
10. Did that fail?
Hope it did fail. It needs an 11.
Okay. Roll me
So-
some damage.
Veto and Hope have failed and are once again under the restrained condition until the end of their next turns. So no movement, disadvantage attack, advantage attacks against you. Veto, does that end your turn?
Yeah.
I really should have
We'll see
took
if a bonus.
Fade Touch.
Barkon is up.
I don't have a bonus action.
Oh, I have legendary action. Sorry.
All right, what are you doing?
Let's see. How about?
Wait until next. Wait till I move.
Well, it'll reset next round. So
Fair enough.
is this after Veto, right?
This would be after Veto.
Okay, I think I would give it to Grog and Farcon.
All right, Grog, are you hitting with your reaction or are you taking temp health?
I'm hitting. I haven't
Alright,
taken
give
any
me-
damage.
You may do one melee attack, not your triple, but one of the 3.
I have a triple now?
You always have, or a double,
You
whatever your
literally-
multi attack is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get your multi, you get one of the But
One of the
anyway,
hits.
I
So-
had.
Hell
25
yeah.
does hit. Give me the damage. And who are you attacking?
The smaller one.
The smart mud method. Okay. It explodes into a muddy mess. I need a dex saving throw from Grog, Farcon, and Ellendir.
Easy. A
Oh,
20.
man.
You succeed.
You ain't getting me
Ellendir
with that mud of
succeeds.
despair shit.
Yeah,
The
I'm
mud
good.
of despair. Everybody saves. All right.
Easy.
And then who else got it? Farcon, are you taking the reaction hit or the 5 temp hit
Yeah, I'm
points?
gonna punch it. Why not?
All right, give me your punch.
No, punchy punch. Nope. 11?
It does not hit.
Damn.
But it is your turn now. So, what are you going to do? Hit it again.
Punch the crap out of it. 17.
17 hits.
12 damage.
All right. Ooh. What else you got?
19 hit,
That does hit.
8 damage.
And it just seems to lose its animate form as the mud of it collapses back into the marsh below you. It is dead.
Okay.
Ja-
Let's see what else is around.
You got Snoopy directly south of you.
The
But
only
can you
thing
reach
you can
him?
get to is this.
No. You can get to this one by standing on the corpse here.
Yeah, well, if I had another normal punch, I could hit 10 feet.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll go.
He has some lanky arms, tell you what.
Shoot. And I will unarmed strike that guy.
All right. Roll the hit.
27.
Hit. Roll the damage.
12.
That method explodes into a muddy mess. I need a deck save from Veto and Farcon.
19.
Everything's just
Yeah.
dying in the same round here. It's pretty glorious. Pretty glorious. Veto is restrained, but I think he was restrained anyway because he failed the last deck save too. It's Veto and Hope are the ones that are restrained currently. Does that conclude your turn, Farcon?
Yes.
Stu is up.
I think I might just get out of the way for someone stronger. Yeah, I think I'll just back up right here. And so my helpful does say attack roll as well.
Oh, well, shit. If
So
that's what it says.
I momentarily
let me-
distract an enemy. Oh, within 5 feet. Okay, then I'm going to go here and help Hope with an attack.
Okay. Does that conclude your turn?
Yes.
You hadn't said you disengaged, so I was totally going to attack of opportunity you, but you
That's fair.
decided not to move anyway.
Don't worry,
I
would have said something before the end of her turn if she did that.
Oh, he was
I was
ready, he
ready
was
with
ready.
it.
Elendere, you're up, sir.
See the room just against us.
Shooting the snooty Mudhawk, who I'm saying is within 5 feet of Hope, correct?
Yes, he is.
Alright.
It could be a female mudhole.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it is snooty, so.
Oh, shit. 19 hits.
Yeah, that's, 14 damage.
Yes, it is.
That's all I got.
All
Ash
right.
is still in yellow? Oh, okay, now it is.
Grug, you're up.
I'm going to move forward and attack the big guy this time.
Grog, stay on the
And
path.
Actually, oh, is he off the path?
He is off
Yes,
the
off
path.
the path.
Yes.
No, let him go off the path. Let him die.
Jump in the mud. You know you want to jump in the
I
mud.
mean, that's not Hope.
Full send
saying
it.
That is,
Full send it,
that
brother.
is-
Alright, well, Grog's gonna go back to following Veto with the goose. I
Yeah,
can't
the
move
goose
my
would've jumped
character,
in.
by the way.
You do have an enemy you can access if you
There
stand
you
on top of the sad mud muffin.
Yeah, if you stand here, you can. In fact, the dead targets aren't there anymore because they all have exploded into mud or sank back into
They
the
turned
swamp.
Back into the mud.
Oh, why'd you
returned
lose
to
Veto?
the swamp.
Oh, no. Grog.
Alright, well
Alright.
then,
There we go.
so I think I moved more than 20 feet, right? Is that 20 feet?
That's 15 feet.
You can move through
Not in a
ally
straight line.
squares.
10 feet. That's
It
10
has
feet.
to be a straight line.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna multi-attack.
He's trying to get
Vigilant
his
Mudbed.
goat powers.
15 and 13.
Both hit.
Damn.
Damn.
19 damage total.
What the fuck?
Guess
Am I
what?
doing another
Everyone,
dex
roll.
save?
Make another dex save.
That thing is unrecognizable. Not that its grotesque form was very recognizable in the first place, but it's still flapping there. Does that conclude your turn?
It's still dead. It's still there.
It's still there.
Oh, that's lame.
That means it has 1 HP.
it in fact does have 1 HP. Does that conclude your turn?
That concludes my turn.
All right, Gad, you're up.
I'm gonna throw a dart at that motherfucker.
Do it.
And action. Where's my dart? Here it is. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
All right, 4 damage.
That it explodes into a mass of mud. Hope is already restrained, so I am not going to make Hope roll a dex save, but I need a dex save from Grog and Stu.
1 second.
And Snooty.
The bunny passes.
Doesn't Snooty need to make a dex save?
Where'd your passy go?
I mean, it is literally made of the same mud, so no.
Okay, I gotta change a baby. I'm gonna be.
All right, you're
listening,
good.
but
You
I'll be back.
passed the dex save. Both of you passed the dex save.
You have to go change your baby. All right, you're good.
Now go past that con save. Actually, it's a newborn. They don't smell for a good month or two. It's just weird little like black tar shits or dark brown. All right, Snooty is up. He's feeling confident, just out of reach of most of the party. He will make an enveloping slam at Hope. And a 19 does hit. So that's going to be 14 points of damage on Hope.
Ow.
Gotcha.
Which that is a 16. And then I need a strength saving throw, Hope.
For some reason, I can't see Hope's HP.
Hope is at 16 to 43. I don't know why you cannot see it. It's probably because I have control of Hope. Here, let me give you party leader control of Hope.
I can now see.
Yep.
You said dex save, no, strength save.
Strength
Well,
save.
I
Strength
suck at
saving throw.
these, so let's see what
Hey, you
happens.
can roll good.
Nope, I got -1 to these.
You know, but is it too late for me to
Hope got a
silvery
14.
barbs?
Hope is pulled back into the mud. It is. Hope
Bruh.
is pulled back off the path into the mud and takes an additional 9 damage.
Say, would it be too late for me to silvery barbs
this is-
it, but you've already ran off?
You can't wait, what you trying to silvery barb?
Well, that's his attack on you. A reaction which I take when a creature I see within 60 feet of me succeeds on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I make it re-roll its attack.
Wait a minute. Why haven't I been using this thing? This does way more damage than my other stuff.
I don't know. I mean, you asked me if you could after the action instead of saying you did it. It's kind of an iffy.
Well, that's the same as I was. I asked if it was too late to use silvery barbs before you started dragging Hope away.
Is it too late to say goodbye?
It was so. That's a result of the attack. If the attack succeeds, the creature it succeeded on needed to make the check. So yes,
Yeah, so
at that point, you would have needed to use it to negate the attack, right?
That's what I was
Or did
trying.
I
That's
miss
what I
it?
was going. That's what I was meaning to do, but I didn't want to jump in and just interrupt you immediately. That's why I said, is it too late to use silvery barbs? Because you had then continued talking and had already advanced it to dragging Hope away.
Well, you asked
Alright.
when Hope was getting hit with the
Because you were still
effects
talking,
of the
I didn't want to jump in and do the
All right, so
interrupt.
it can re-roll its hit, but you will burn that spell slot. So do burn that spell slot,
Okay.
and then it re-rolls its slam, right?
Yeah, it'll re-roll its slam, and then I'm gonna choose myself to give myself advantage on my next attack roll, ability check or saving throw.
So
Okay.
Hope would be at 16 health.
It fails, so that puts Hope back on the path. And,
Apologies that I didn't just jump in immediately and interrupt you. I will
with,
do better
with,
to
back
with,
interrupt
to
that,
you.
30
with that particular move, I do need to know. Hope, that puts you back at 25 total, right? Because
No, push me back at 30.
No.
no, you were at 25.
It was 9 damage. It was 9 damage, I thought.
It was
Plus
9
the
damage,
14.
and then there was 14 damage. I'm down to 7
9
HP.
damage.
7 plus 23 is 30. I'm back at 30.
Okay. All right.
Max.
That brings us to Hope, but Hope is restrained.
Veto did good.
Hope is restrained.
Which that attack should have had advantage, but we passed the turn now. What are you doing, Hope?
This thing that's in front of me, give me a dex save.
Fail. 8.
Alright. Give me 1 second.
1.
5.
Give me a minute then, motherfuckers, since y'all want to be some smart
60.
asses.
59. 50.
7, 8.
I am going to, cast Sacred Flame.
10.
Cast Sacred Flame, that's an action. They failed. They take 10 radiant damage. Let's see here. I am going to. Who looks hurt at the moment?
Veto is pretty
Besides-
hurt. You're hurt. Grog is slightly hurt. Ellendir is a tiny bit hurt. That's it.
So Veto is hurt the most at the moment.
Veto's
haven't
hurt the
seen-
most, for sure.
You haven't
Alright,
seen
healing
Grog
word
take any
Veto.
damage this whole time.
Grog took damage from the goose back in camp.
Way back when.
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to healing word Veto then. How many? What is your HP right now? And out of what?
25 out of 44.
All right. Okay, healing word at level 1 then. Better not keep doing it wrong, but whatever.
Where'd you see
You
that?
get 11 HP back.
11
you.
HP is returned to Veto. All right. Yep. You do it.
Please?
Ah!
Go away!
Does that conclude your turn, Hope?
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Veto's up.
Veto's going to use his advantage roll and Sorceress Burst.
Please roll
Snoopy.
to hit.
I rolled double 12s. 20.
Okay. Give me your damage.
I rolled 20 or 20. Which one do you like? For 10.
I like the 20.
10 damage. Does that conclude your turn?
My cloak will billow dramatically.
Barkon, you're up.
Farcon, are you muted?
Is he? He not muted. Farcon,
Nope. Sorry.
you're up.
Brain.
Brain good.
All right. Do. That guy's within 10 feet of me.
10 feet, not 5 feet, but 10 feet, yes.
I'm gonna punch the shit out of it with my arms.
Do it.
Because they got 10-foot reach.
Yes, sir.
23
Hits.
for 9. 12?
12 does not hit.
Damn it.
Does that conclude your turn?
Yeah.
Lady Stew, what'd it do?
What'd it do?
Oh, I
I'm
see
going
what you
to
did
go.
there.
Gonna go around Gad, give him maybe an opening. And I think I'll go ahead in legendary action and give it to Hope and Farcon.
Farcon and Hope, you can take 5 temporary hit points or a reaction for a melee strike. Hope, you are the only person within 5 feet of the target for a melee strike.
Oh,
I can
sorry,
hit
thought
it.
we could reach.
Oh, you can still use Astral Arms? So Farcon, you can do that too. Yeah. So Farcon and Hope can both take reactions to hit. Farcon succeeds on his hit.
Nice.
7 damage.
Well, Hope doesn't even need to swing because as Farcon's astral arms reach outward, they pummel this muddy mass right back into the swamp. And it is dead. That concludes combat.
Is
Farcon
Hope still in the
MVP.
mud?
No deck save.
Hope is not in the mud. That was retconned because of silvery
right.
barbs.
I would have
And
taken the 5 HP anyway. I don't have a weapon usually.
Yeah, but it was still you still could have gotten a hit attention. Let me switch our music up. There we are. Put our list back in alphabetical order. There we are. Where are my notes? With everyone back on the path, it solidifies once more. Though thinner in places where doubt still lingers, the mist parts just enough to reveal the way forward.
Good job, guys.
Let's go.
The marsh will remember us. They will remember how you fought through it.
With Stu's words of congratulations and encouragement there, the path gradually rises from the gloomy sorrow marsh, the mist thins, and suddenly parts, revealing a landscape of startling brilliance. Strangely, dazzling sunshine radiates through the perpetual twilight and bathes a vast meadow that stretches to the horizon, exploding with flowers of impossible colors, vibrant purples that shift as you look at them, blues deeper than any ocean, pinks that seem to glow from within. The twilight path cuts through the meadow like a ribbon of shadow amid the riot of color. Each bloom along the path has a tiny face, some human-like, others more fey in appearance, all giggling and chattering with unbridled enthusiasm. The air is thick with sweet perfume and the sound of distant music that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Everything here feels exaggerated and intense. Colors too bright, scents too sweet, joy too overwhelming. The contrast with the sorrow marsh couldn't be more dramatic. Yet something about this unrestrained jubilation feels almost as unsettling as the marsh's melancholy. As you proceed along the path, flowers along the edges turn their tiny faces towards you, their petals quivering with excitement. They begin to call out in high musical voices that somehow cut through the general cacophony of giggles and chattering. Stay a while. Why rush to boring old courts when you could dance with us? Look how pretty. Wouldn't you rather make flower crowns than worry about silly politics? The fun never ends here. Why waste time with serious matters? Your troubles don't matter here. Forget them all and just be happy with us. Just one dance, one tiny little dance, then you can go. Stu's
No.
nose. Sorry, go ahead.
Hope would just say no and just keep walking forward.
Stu's nose twitches anxiously as she bounds forward along the path, occasionally shaking her head as if to clear it. She turns back to you, her eyes slightly unfocused.
We shouldn't stay here because people get lost here for centuries in the fields of jubilation. And they want to keep you here. So don't lose sight of your purpose.
Man, I'm really missing Nimno right now because he totally would have just said, "I cast bonfire on the flowers."
And everyone roll initiative. No, that would be Nimno. That's my. I'm joking.
Can Grog reach out and sniff one of the flowers without leaving the pathway?
They're all around you. You can have a sniff.
Yeah, Grog
You
is
can have a
going.
sniff.
Why do you people do this to yourselves? Why? Just
Grog is
fucking
gonna go up
why?
to
Yeah,
the
just
brightest
walk the
pink
path.
flower that he could possibly find in his immediate vicinity and give it a big sniff.
What's our
It
marching order?
smells
Can we have that back?
sweeter. It smells sweeter than anything you have ever smelled before. You will gain disadvantage on your next save. Glowing pollen drifts through the air while the surrounding flowers sway rhythmically, creating a hypnotic pattern. As the party enters a clearing, a ring of colorful mushrooms marks what appears to be a dance floor, and the distant music grows louder, accompanied by chimes that seem to emanate from tiny bell-shaped flowers. Dance with us, the flowers chorus. Just one dance before your journey continues. The path forward is
Luckily for Hope.
the path forward
Luckily
is not
for Hope. Oh, sorry.
the path forward is not clear, but this tiny fairy circle seems some 90 feet across. You feel an overwhelming compulsion to dance, making crossing this space difficult. Fairy
Fly over it.
dragons emerge from the field of tiny flowers, butterfly-winged reptiles with scales that shimmer in every color of the rainbow. They dart and swirl through the air with impossible grace, their eyes gleaming with mischief and delight as they dance to the music alongside the swaying flowers.
Can I make a medicine check on the mushrooms surrounding the circle to see if they're hallucinogens?
Sure.
While he does that, Stu's going
24.
to sort of walk ahead. We gotta keep going.
Was this part of the trail?
Yes.
Are these trippy mushrooms?
We have no choice. We just have to keep moving.
Don't be distracted.
They are probably hallucinogenic. It stands to reason that they would be.
Gad will take a few of them and put them in his bag, specifically 3.
As you touch those mushrooms and pluck them up, you pluck up the 3, but you just feel overcome by the compulsion of this space, and your Fey ancestry, which would have conferred you advantage on everything, is completely negated by touching the mushrooms, and you will have disadvantage on your next save.
Is that like forever, or just till the next time?
to the next time. I mean, your
For the
Fey
time
your
being.
Fey ancestry is negated for the time being entirely. Disadvantage is just on your next save.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So Stu said you have to keep moving. This is. Oh, I still have you all as.
Beto was
Add
gonna
custom
grab
item.
him and slam his face into a.
Hang on.
Oh my god,
I
Grog
should
so
delete
much
you
wants to
guys.
try and
Hang on.
convince someone to put him on a lead, like he's on a leash, so he could eat one of the mushrooms.
Pardon me.
And
don't
not worry
mind my
about getting
scene
lost.
swapping.
I'm surprised half of this party is not dead right now, honestly.
All right. Here we are.
Grog goes up to Gad as he picks the mushrooms.
You don't see me picking the
like,
mushrooms
starts
are in my
walking.
bag. Fuck you. You don't know about them.
The compulsion
Why
to
would I
dance
not see
is
them?
so strong that this is difficult terrain. Your feet cannot leave the ground. You, because of the difficult terrain, cannot fly and are reduced to half movement speed.
Wait. Is this before we get to this dance floor? Because if I can fly over the dance floor before I even get there, then I would like to do that instead.
You have not entered the fairy circle yet, but there is no way around it. I suppose you could take flight.
Okay. I would like to try to fly over this circle.
Okay, so how high are you flying up?
I will fly up 20 feet.
Okay, Hope has expended 20 feet of movement upwards. Are you moving forwards with another 10 feet? Or yeah, you have. Okay, so you have 30 feet total, right?
Yep.
So you can move forward 10 more feet. Cool. Ellendeer.
That's me.
That's you.
Talk to me, Goose. What's up?
Difficult terrain. You have to cross the furry circle.
Yeah.
You are at half movement
The
speed.
furry circle?
Fairy.
Whoa.
Bro. Ain't gonna be no half speed now.
I don't know. Bork tried getting me to fuck another goat earlier, so I mean.
We all do.
No, it tried to mount you, sir. It tried to mount you.
Same thing. Where's the difference? I'm not seeing it.
Listen,
Ellendeer will move.
Stu, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this.
All right.
To the front. Even though he's somehow behind, but
as Ellendeer enters the fairy circle, I need a wisdom save from you. But
here comes all the
Fey ancestry does confer advantage, and you are not disadvantaged.
Are we in turn right now?
I am handling this as turns just to properly get checks from people and stuff, but it's not formal per se. We're semi-formal turn-based, just for the sake of the skill challenge, if you will. Ellendeer, can I get that?
I apologize. What was that last thing you said about Fey ancestry?
Fey ancestry grants you advantage on this wisdom save.
Alrighty.
Wait.
And Farcon, as far as I'm concerned, centaurs have Fey ancestry. I don't care if your trait sheet says it or not. You are Fey?
I am Fey.
18 passes. Good job. Farcon, once you enter the fairy circle, you are at half movement speed. It is difficult to read. So now you are at half.
Okay, so that's 20 out of 50, so you're 15 feet.
And then I will need a wisdom save from you once you've finished moving, and you may take advantage for Fey ancestry.
Wow, that was horrible.
Oof.
That is
A
rough.
5 and a 4.
You feel compelled to dance. And you begin dancing, and you just cannot stop, and will have 0 movement on your next turn. The fairy dragons squeal with delight. Yes, dance with us, they sing in chorus together and swoop in a little.
Grog. Can Grog go next?
Gad is up in my informal, just alphabetical order here.
Okay.
Gad, once you reach the circle there, you have half movement within the circle. So you can have full movement speed up to the edge, but then you're at half movement speed when crossing it because of the compulsion to dance.
For some reason, I cannot select me. There we go.
Okay,
right,
it's
so
Beto's cape.
I'm at the edge here. And then I will dash across. So I have essentially my full move speed regularly.
Oh, I should have moved.
You find that
So
the
I move
compulsion
10.
is so strong
Hang
that
on,
you cannot
Let me calculate
dash.
first. Damn.
No dashing. He wants us
Well,
all to make 10 different
I can move
wisdom saving
another.
throws.
It would
Let's
be
see, I
too
moved
easy if
10
everyone
feet.
dashed across, you know.
So
to
it's
be fair.
35. So I'd have 15. So I'd be like 17. I'd be like right in front of Farcon.
All right, and give me your wisdom save at disadvantage.
I'm just gonna start dancing.
You can do that instead of
may as
saving. It's up to you.
Roll with disadvantage. Yeah, I start dancing. Wee!
Gad just starts furiously dancing. The fairy dragons
I start tap
squeal
dancing.
with more delight as they dance through the air. And that brings us to Grog. Grog, you will have half movement once you enter the circle.
So what's my normal movement? 15?
Your normal movement is 40, I believe.
Oh, okay. So I could get up to here, right?
Once you're in the circle, it goes to half because it's difficult terrain due to the compulsion
Yeah,
to dance.
well, I mean, this is 20.
All right.
Right?
Yeah. Yep, right there, Steve's right.
Grog, are these, what do these mushrooms in front of me look like? They look mighty appetizing, yeah?
I need a wisdom save.
Oh. Well,
They do
I
look
hope he
at
fails, so he just starts dancing.
And that 20.
And then he can eat.
You are. I'm gonna put charmed. You're not actually. It's similar to a charm, but I'm just marking you both as dancing, since it will impact your next turn. Grog, you pass the save with flying colors. You do not feel compelled to dance. You are a goat.
I need to know which ones look better. These red mushrooms, these blue mushrooms, or these yummy looking purple mushrooms all the way over here.
Well, I mean, you just said it right there. You said those yummy purples. So
Yeah,
you're,
it sounds
you're really
like
focused on those purples.
I'm inclined to agree, and Grog thinks the purple mushrooms look the most delicious.
Okay,
I mean-
okay. Grog's gonna end his turn here, but he might not be charmed, but he has two of his comrades dancing next to him. He's not really a dancer, but he does start to like feel the groove a little bit and like taps his foot, but he's not really like doing it because he's
Hoof tapping, maybe some tail waggle. I gotcha.
Yeah. Kind of like
It's a whole
in
vibe, bro.
conjunction with-
Whole vibe.
Yeah, like he's vibing with the crew. He's vibing with the crew. All of a sudden, the crew's dancing. Grog doesn't want to feel left out. He doesn't want these FOMO.
Hope is up. You're 20 feet in the air above the. You're at the edge of the circle. You see Aladir and Grog in the circle. They seem to be okay, but Gad and Farcon are just next to each other, getting down. They're having a. It's almost like they're having a dance off or something.
Okay. Can I do anything for you guys? Let's see. I doubt I can.
I hope Grog makes it to the purple mushroom.
So do I.
I don't think that I can. Can I start charmed? Yeah, none of those would help. Okay. Well, I am going to dash 60 feet.
You can't dash.
She's not in the circle.
I'm not in the circle. I would dash 60 feet.
As Hope crosses the center of the circle, the fairy dragons grow more insistent. They swoop closer, performing elaborate aerial maneuvers that leave trails of glittering enchanted pollen in their wake. The pollen drifts through the air like suspended stars, settling gently on your skin and clothes. taking note of Farcon and Gad. Yes, dance with us, they trill in melodious voices. Your feet know the steps, another calls. Let your body remember the joy, a third sings out. Just one dance, duty claims you forever, they chorus together. Flowers begin to sprout around the circle.
You guys gotta get out of that circle.
Stu's up.
Stu will agree with Hope and say we need to keep moving.
Stu, you do not feel the compulsion that everyone else feels.
Sick. I am going to run. Which one is the movement? There you go.
So is she just completely immune?
Yes.
Is that what
It
you're
would
saying?
appear so.
Basically, yeah.
Cool.
Nice little fail safe there.
Must be nice.
You know, if one of us gets stuck, Stu can always just come in and start biting our ankles until we get our shit together.
Oh man, she's gonna be here, but look back at the charmed individuals.
I can just imagine Stu sitting in the circle, biting us just enough until we like pass out from getting incapacitated or something, to snap us out of something.
Veto, you're up. Difficult terrain and half movement speed begins at the circle.
We can hear the music back here, right?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Veto is already singing, dancing back there. He's stripping off his clothes. He's gonna have a good time. Woo! Yeah!
What the fuck? No!
Woo!
I told
We're not making it past this because I'm about to eat the psychedelic mushrooms. Veto's about to have a dance party.
Veto just screaming. He's like, woo!
The question
And he
is,
just-
who
Two of us
has
already
the
failed the
evidence
test.
on them at the moment?
Veto.
Please.
Veto
Gad
and
and
Ellendir.
Veto.
Veto and Ellendir.
Oh, Gad
Oh
doesn't.
my
Okay.
fucking god!
I have the golden eggs that Larcoon wants.
Oh my god!
This dude's
So,
gonna be like, no.
All right, Veto, I
What
need
were
you
you
to
saying?
move. We got to pick this up.
All right.
You half movement. Difficult terrain begins at the circle, so you have half
I would
movement
just-
once you hit the circle.
I guess if I have to move, I'm gonna absolutely dance walk myself in here. And I am just,
All right.
I'm dancing.
All right. You are already giving over to the dance, so I would like you to roll your wisdom save with disadvantage.
Yeah, I didn't even have to walk in there for that. I was absolutely just, 4.
Yeah.
You
Right,
are dancing.
I was I didn't even have to do the save. I was dancing regardless.
And as you begin to dance next to Ellendir, the goose will reach out its snake-like demonic neck and bite Ellendir.
Yeah! Woo!
Oh my god.
And Ellendir, you take 1 damage from that
Are-
goose nipping at you.
Are we ruling this goose as a current enemy?
No, I mean you
It's a party
you can
member.
attack it if you
Morning.
want, but you know what happens. I mean, it's a party member.
Well,
Party
it's,
member.
it's a hostile thing. I want to take my fucking reaction and move 15 feet away from it.
Oh, I see. I see.
Goose Willis is a party
Oh.
member.
Yeah, it's a party member. It just nips at people. I wouldn't call it. I mean, it's always hostile. I don't know. But you are up, sir. It is your turn.
For the first
half,
fucking bag.
half movement speed.
First bag of holding we find, that goose is going in it.
Interesting angle.
There's no air in
Rogue
those
boy,
fuckers.
it is your turn.
I am fully aware.
I am fully aware. I mean,
Oh, the dance-off's got him.
Ellendir will walk up behind Veto. No, I'm sorry, ain't going near Veto. Farcon and Gad, and put his hand on both, trying to lead them guiding them towards the center of the, or through the whole thing while he's walking.
I don't have cooties. Why are you avoiding me?
You got a goose.
Yes,
I mean,
you do.
you literally have a goose called Cooties.
No.
As you put your hands on their shoulders and try to lead them, this adult fairy dragon swoops in and hisses, "No!" Suddenly less melodious. "Do not try to steal our friends!"
We will
The other
dance over here.
dragons
Do it.
begin to circle
Do it.
more protectively. The other dragons begin to circle more protectively around those caught in their dance, their formerly playful eyes narrowing with suspicion. The flowers along the edge of the circle seem to grow taller, their stems thickening as if preparing to form a barrier. Have you expended your movement fully? Does that end your turn?
Can I
Are
guide
you
them?
going to it?
Can I push them 5 feet to complete my 15 feet of movement?
You get the impression that you would have to completely pull one along, and mechanically speaking, I am saying that because they are charmed, it would be a contested strength athletics check, strength save situation.
What? Ooh.
Alright. No, I'm gonna use an action to dash another 15 feet.
You cannot dash.
You can't dash.
But you had full half movement within the circle. I don't think you took it all.
I took 10 feet up to them, trying to. And I'm gonna push Gad.
So even though the dragons warned you, you're going to push Gad?
Not anymore. I'm walking right fucking past them, catching up.
Okay.
I
so
know
does
those
that conclude your
DM
turn?
warnings. Yeah.
Combat can be avoided. I'm trying to help. Farcon, hit me. You are charmed. You are dancing. You cannot move, but you can make a wisdom save. And at advantage because of your Fey ancestry. Well, you passed regardless.
Nice.
You are no longer charmed, though you do not have movement this turn. The next wisdom save will be at the end of your next turn, so you will have full half movement that turn. Gad, I need a wisdom
Can
save.
I smack Gad?
Can I cast?
You can slap him on the ass.
spell?
Yeah.
Right
Before I do the
now-
wisdom save?
Right now,
Like, can
you're
I cast guidance?
not for the save. Like you are caught in the revelry of dance, and the
Okay.
only thing you can do is your mind can attempt to fight it, and you don't. You continue to be charmed and stand there. Grog, you are up. You are restricted to half movement, sir.
I'm gonna continue making my way over to those tasty purple mushrooms.
You may make sure it's half of your total movement, but you may take half of your total movement.
Okay.
I'm never gonna get out of here.
I mean, that is the goal of the Jubilant Fields, is to trap you forever.
Ends my turn. Well, you know, it is helpful that the purple mushrooms seem to be on the other edge of the fucking
Right?
the
Hope there
clearing.
is still about 25 or 30 feet of the circle to traverse. You are in the air. If you look back over your shoulder, the party is progressing across the field behind you. Farcon is no longer dancing. Gad and Veto are. Veto is all the way at the opposite edge of the circle where you guys started. He
Really
appears to be
quick, can I
getting.
speak freely?
Kind of.
Can I ask Farcon to do something?
As long as it is jubilant and you are, compelled to revelry, you could still have some semblance of free thought. So it's a within reason situation, right?
I would just want him to wrap a rope around me, but not necessarily pull me. So, I don't know how that would fit in with that.
Gad
I
is
will still
proposing
be-
some kind of BDSM stuff to you in his crazed, dancy, happy state. Ellendir, you see Veto
Yeah.
getting naked behind
That
him
was the Farcon.
as Gad asks you to tie him up.
It wants me to tie. Yeah, it wants me
Sorry.
to tie him up, huh?
What do the Chinese
Specifically,
call
I
it?
was asking for
Shinobi?
but-
Is that weird anime shit?
Is my push to talk working?
Yeah,
Yes,
we hear you.
you are working.
He wants me to tie him up?
Kinky style.
Alright, well,
He said something to you about putting a rope around him, but you know, in his jubilant, happy, dancey state, the message is a bit odd.
Give me a rope to play with.
I understand.
gotta wait for my turn!
So Hope, you were up.
I would dash to get out of this circle.
All right, so that you have 60 movement is what you're telling me.
Hope's just
Yeah.
like deuces.
So you clear the circle.
And I will land. Well, I can't land, so yeah, I will clear the circle. Actually, if I can land, I will land outside the circle on the other side.
Sure, I'll let you land on the far side. You can't quite discern the path. The path seems to be there on the other side, but it seems faint, immaterial, illusory, if you will. Does that conclude your turn?
Yep.
Stu, you're up.
She's gonna just look at Vito for a second, I guess.
Yeah.
He's getting naked over there with a goose on his head. He's grooving.
I forgot he was nude.
I guess in an act of desperation, she'll just say, "Don't leave me, best friend."
Oh, that's advantage right there. If I've ever heard advantage, that's an advantage.
Veda's gonna stance and point straight at her and just, continue driving.
Wait, what is pointing at her?
At the dance move.
Stop!
You know, he's got one hand behind his head, the elbow's going, he's pointing at her, the hips are going back and forth. Stu, are you continuing to traverse the circle, or are you just looking at Veda?
No, I'm gonna wait. Yeah.
Okay, Stu's waiting, basically in the middle of the circle. Vedo, you're up.
I'm going to try and just step up my dance game, and I want to do a performance and just try and really sell it to the fairies.
Okay, give me a wisdom save at disadvantage.
If he breaks out of this while purposely trying to give in
17?
to it, I will be amazed.
Oh, it does.
You have broken the spell and compulsion to dance.
I still want to do a performance check and try and do a backflip dance.
Even though you are not compelled to dance, you may roll a performance check.
Yeah. 19.
You continue to dance and put on a wild show. All of the fairy dragons just cheer and fly about.
I try and draw them in.
Incredible vigor.
I'm trying to draw.
Yes.
I start waving my hands.
Yes,
Come
stay
here.
with us
Dance
forever.
With me.
And Elendir, you are up.
While
Have
they're
movement speed.
checking out Vedo over there, I'm gonna throw I don't know what I'm fucking do. I'm going to
Lasso me.
yeah. I mean, can I form a loop and lasso Gad all in one turn?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
I'll go with that.
13.
Not in that one. Oh man.
Shut your goddamn mouth over there.
Hey, if you
You
look,
managed
right
to
there.
form a loop and attempt to throw a lasso at Gad, but it falls short as he just continues to groove. The fairy dragons hiss and sneer at you. Last warning. As though
How
you were
short are we
infringing
talking?
on
I'm
their
5 feet away from him.
fun. You
Yeah,
rolled a
that
nat
one
one.
right next to me.
You attempted to lasso him, and it landed right
He
between
should have
you.
lassoed me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Fairy dragons have hissed at you last warning. Their delight seeming to pass.
We'll say, be
All
careful.
right, I'll move
Ellen.
15 feet.
Okay, move yourself 15 feet. Farcon. Does that conclude your turn, Ellender?
Correct.
Farcon's up.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Ellender, wisdom save. Fey ancestry advantage. I'm sorry, Farcon.
Okay.
He's still in the circle, compelled to dance. It happens at the end of every turn. Crossing this fairy
14.
circle of doom. You pass. Okay, Farcon, you're up.
I'm gonna keep going. But I'm gonna start moonwalking. Going
Okay.
backwards.
Okay.
And then when I get 10 feet, I'm gonna try and as I pass Gad, I'm gonna try and tie because I still have my rope tied up in a loop from when I was guiding Gad around, so I'm gonna try and sleight of handly loop his hand, so it but I'm still kind of dancing.
Give me your sleight of hand check.
Okay. Snap. God damn it.
You do not succeed at looping Gad's hand. However, as you make the motion with the rope attempting to help Gad, all of the dragons sneer, and everybody roll initiative. You have invoked combat. You were warned multiple times.
I was not warned. He was warned.
Can we do this next session?
Oh no, this is where session ends. It is 2 minutes before the half-hour mark. So don't worry, Kurt, that this is where we call it a night. But next session will be opened up with an encounter, I'm afraid, because the combat was not successfully avoided.
We roll initiative next time so we don't forget.
It'll be saved on Clash if everybody rolls it now. Since everyone has started rolling it, and Farcon got a 24, for example, I doubt he wants to re-roll that. Stu the Bunny got a 23. I think she's probably happy with that.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
And if y'all could give me just a second, I desperately need to run to the bathroom, but I'll be right back and I'll award XP and make sure that I have the initiative order saved. Be right back.
Free the people.
Borks is gonna be happy because I have 14 armor right now.
Why you have 14 armor?
I took off my. I'm naked.
He took his armor.
I still have my shield on, but
he's naked.
Bro, what did you do with your armor?
He's swinging it around.
It's in my butt cheek right now or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
His backpack.
It's how you say creative innuendo.
It's not that creative.
Look, I'm just dancing naked, right?
Interesting.
Having a good time. I'm out. I didn't even have to walk into the fairy circle to get charmed. I was ready to go on the onset. Anyway, well,
I feel like as humans, we gotta dance naked more often, you know?
I'm gonna call the stream here. Thanks for watching, everyone. Well, it sounds like the issues that we were running into have been solved, so it looks like we should be back on schedule for